Hello, everyone! How's it going? It's your friends here at Slices and Dices, and it's our sort of first of one of two Halloween episodes. Well, I can't get my eyes in frame. Fuck. There we go. I'm trying my best here. This is my anime. This is the best I can do.
Don't move your head for the whole day.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do this.
Eyes.
There you go. My eyes are perfect frame. Hello. Oh my god. Eyes. That's as best I can do. I suck. Everyone else is amazing with their costumes.
I'm a spooky ghost.
You're just a spooky ghost with red panda ears coming out the top of your head. Nope. That's Yeah, this is the best I can do on short notice. I'm like, I'm an anime character. They are pretty terrifying. You better believe they are terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Can Macon do a Kyrix voice, I wonder?
Oh, there are many Kyrix voices.
All right.
We'll have to roll some of them tonight.
Have to roll for them, yeah.
Like this. Hi, everybody.
Oh my god.
He ever sounded like that.
Not yet.
It's like the most
Challenge
terrifying
accepted.
children's television show ever.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is amazing.
I don't know, man. Barney used to give me them dead eyes, man.
Hi,
I have to watch that documentary.
Don't do it. Don't do it. You'll just give yourself like thousands of points of psychic damage.
No.
All right, so this is gonna come off because I can't see with this on. Only when I'm
Yeah.
looking at very small miniatures, but that is neither here nor there. And I probably have a giant red, just because of the pallor of my
That's
skin.
fine.
Look at that. Ugh, the red thing over the top of my. It'll go away in time. Hi, yeah. Look at. Good God, I can't make it. This is like.
It's so good.
Thank you.
We could
It's
do.
Halloween, man.
Yeah, and look at Richard. Richard looks like he's gonna like either I don't even know. Like looks like
Judgment cut.
yeah, I was gonna
miles
say
away.
like yeah, it looks like you're like in Tekken, I think, right? Or something. Tekken? No, Tekken's a
like,
fighting
come on,
game.
man.
Sorry, Samurai Showdown. That's my favorite game. You ever played that game? Oh,
Well,
Yeah.
Virgil was actually in the fighting. He was the best fighting game character in Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Ultimate. The
Okay.
best one. Fair and balanced.
yep,
Mhm.
totally. Jonathan
Oh,
looks like
like everyone.
he's the best pirate I've ever seen.
And you have heard of me.
Yes, I've definitely heard of you. Maeve
Worst
is
pirate I've ever heard of.
Maeve, surprisingly, going real cash, just with a 90s-esque, like, I'll be there for you t-shirt. Ensemble thingy.
I have pants on too, actually.
I'm
Is it-
impressed.
or
That
not?
this is it's a good change for you.
I was even glad.
Yeah.
Matt, I'm always wearing pants.
Oh, come on. That's a lie. I'm not. But hey, and then Patrick's like in the dark where he usually is. So there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big black screen.
Okay, let's. I guess all ready to play episode 5 of An Echo from the Stars, a Magi-Knights campaign.
Always.
Awesome. All right, let's go with a
There you go.
little. Actually, wait. Before I do that, I need to switch something
down
because
now.
otherwise it'll be all messed up. Where is it? Here it is. I need to rejoin as a player. That you guys actually no.
Try
that
and keep the
doesn't
code
matter
as
if
long
you're
as
a player
possible.
or not. You guys aren't doing anything crazy. Yeah, let's just go with them. Let's go with some music. There we go. Let's hopefully this. There we go. This is the music that I like to hear. Yeah, this is the recap music. We usually use this. So previously, on Magi-Knights, Carmen, Dayen, Emiko, Justus, and Verity. You're high schoolers. At the prestigious Frost Peak Academy. I'm sorry, I forgot about the hawk. Yeah, am I missing the hawk? I'm missing the hawk. Aren't I? Yeah, okay. But hawk with
Missed
earmuffs.
Oh. Dear
It's fine.
Princess Leia Buns, thank you.
I like.
Cass wanted to dress up for Halloween too.
It's cool. Cass can do it. What?
And somehow
Yes.
Cass is with Emmy for right now.
Yeah, I know. Cass is like on loan.
Yep.
It's totally
Yeah.
all right. Oh, where were we? Oh, yes, I was doing the recap. Yeah, so you guys are a team given special powers and abilities in order to help a creature called Kyrix, the Herald, defeat the forces of the evil spectral outsiders. Creatures from another dimension who wish to invade our own. You've faced off against these creatures 2 times now and have found yourselves embroiled in a mystery involving kids from your school disappearing, as well as a young girl named Lacey, who seems to have a strange effect on some of you. Maybe it's just the hormones. Maybe it's something else entirely.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
The commercial
Stream
about-
sponsored by Maybelline.
I was gonna say that commercial I think was out by '96.
It probably
It
yeah.
was.
Oh yeah.
It was.
Yes. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. That was totally a different thing. Things have gone from weird to weirder, though, especially in the last day or so, because Anthony Reed, your somewhat ill classmate, seems to have completely disappeared, along with another boy named Levi Parker, who people say jumped off the roof of a nearby lounge into a pool of water. Well, I shouldn't even say a pool of water, a puddle of water, and vanished entirely. Luckily, that very night you saved another student named Lincoln, who actually was seemingly in the process of doing the same thing, about to throw himself off of his roof. The next day, you confronted Lacey, who was hiding in the library. And you found, after looking through her material possessions, that it seems like her father has unfortunately passed. And she seems quite traumatized by it. That same day, you met Bianca de la Luna, head of the local Ghost Hunters fan club, who excitedly told you all about her group, as well as her findings that a group of cool ghost hunters or something like that was spotted down at the mall, down by the overpass of the bridge every Tuesday, or maybe even more often than that, and told you that her club, of which now Emmy and Carmen are members, was going to go down there that night to exchange info and do a meet and greet. Fearing the worst, however, you all went down that night on patrol to meet Bianca and her crew and find some way of distracting them from getting involved. And using the tried and true old floating extra-dimensional creature under a sheet trick, you used Kirix
Never fails.
as a decoy while
The theater geek practice your theater skills.
hey, it worked
Having way
out.
too much fun.
The best plan.
You
The
all
best.
transformed into your Magi-Knight personas and dealt with the group of extraplanar beings and cultists and hordes of rat-like aberrations. And finally, now, shaking yourself off from this whole affair and the dust settling, Kirix now has flapped down from wherever the heck he's been, distracting the group of ghost hunters, and stated, "You're gonna clean up this mess." And that's where we begin tonight. So, what is it that you guys would like to do? Because there's all these pools of greenish ichor, in the same way that there was the last time, actually, and they're seeming to sort of form into balls of spectral energy.
We absorbed that, right? I forgot what we did something with our.
Yeah, we can gloom gem that stuff.
So yes, you can indeed turn those into, invest those, I should say, as gloom gems. So what we can do is, we're going to do a couple things with dice right now. Number one, we're definitely going to roll for Kirix's accent because it's changed.
It's a new day, baby.
New day.
Do you have a
new
Vincent
episode.
Price on that table for Halloween?
Give him a
Okay,
Dracula
I
voice.
can't breathe. This is.
I can
this is
replace the
turning
ones
off
that we've
everyone.
used. In fact, I have a Kirix. I do have a rollable table. And I will now replace the Scots accent with a Vincent Price accent. So give me 1 second. Vincent Price.
You're not gonna give him like a Halloween themed accent?
What's a Halloween themed accent? What does a pumpkin sound like?
Well, that's why I said Vincent Price.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, I'm sorry, Maeve. Do you know who Vincent Price is?
I don't.
That's okay. Here, the guy who does the voiceover in Thriller.
And the 31 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo.
And there,
To
What
be
about-
on plot with our Kirix thing.
yeah, exactly.
What about Vincent Twice? Do you know who Vincent Twice is?
I know who Vincent Thrice is, but not Twice.
See, like Johnny
It
two
begins.
times. Get the papers.
And it
Get the
begins.
papers.
Well, Vincent Twice was the guy that they had on Sesame Street because he was always like, "I'm Vincent Twice, Vincent Twice." That was his thing.
Is that the same guy who plays the spooky guy on the Muppets? The guy with like the black eyes and like the wispy shit? You know what I mean?
Wispy shit.
No, nobody knows what I'm. Okay, I will share it in a thing later.
You're talking about the dynamite guy from the?
No,
Yeah,
not the
New
Dayen. No, not New Zealand. New Zealand's
You
that
said-
guy who's like, and it throws a fucking thing, a fish.
Oh, the fish! You throw
Yeah.
the fish away, and it comes back to you. Ha ha! Get him,
The fish
motherfucker.
ring, yeah.
His name is Sal.
No, I'm not talking about that guy. I'm talking
think
about the
his
guy
name
who's
is
like the spooky guy who looks kind of like he's got like a lizard mouth. He's got gray skin. He's got black eyes. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
You talking about
What's his
the
name?
catfish?
The new one.
He's
The- the-
he's a relatively new addition
yeah,
to
he's
the
a
Muppets.
yeah, he was in the.
He was in the Muppet
Jason
movie.
Segel.
Yeah,
He
was.
He was
yeah.
in-
Jason
he-
Segel one.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's like he was like the second bad guy. But there was Chris, what's his face? God, what I can't remember his name. Amazing
Miss
character actor.
In the Patriot.
Yes.
God, what is his name?
Okay, well, yeah, that guy, the bear, and then the third like villain in charge, who was like that was him. Whatever. He didn't have an accent. So okay,
I need to look at his name. I loved him in the Muppet TV show that they did for a while.
Crypt
He was
Keeper.
Squeaky's
I've just got Crypt Keeper as a possibility here. I can do my best. It might wake up my children, but I will put that.
Chris Cooper.
Have we done Chris Cooper? Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Yes, Chris Cooper.
Yeah.
Okay, so here are the table items.
That's right.
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 10 things on the table, but I can always add things to the table. So I'm going to put in. Here we go. What was it? Oh my god. What was it from chat? Crypt Keeper.
Time Girl.
Crypt Keeper.
Crypt Keeper, yeah.
I don't know if you could do this voice, Matt, but can you do Elvira?
I don't do Elvira.
The
I don't know how to do Elvira. I'm sorry to say. All right.
Oh,
so-
we have to throw a Bela Lugosi on there.
Okay, gosh. Well, I've got actually something similar. I've got like Eastern European.
Yeah.
So that's close enough. Okay, so I've got 11 things on this table here. I'm going to roll it in the open and let's see what happens.
Uncle Deadly.
Uncle Deadly. That's the guy. Thank you very much, Richard. All right, here we go. I don't have Uncle Deadly. Here we go. So we're going to roll it.
Yeah.
Boom. And the accent tonight is Minnesotan. Okay.
It's
All right.
okay. So many possibilities.
I love him. He was a good-
Maybe we could put something in chat for like I don't know, maybe chat can like change the accent, Kirix. We'll see. But
Channel
yeah,
points.
channel points, right? So
Oh
Minnesota.
god, if you're up for that.
We'll see. I'm not going to change it like every 20 seconds because that would be awful. So yeah, definitely Minnesotan. So okay, let's do Gloom Gems. All right, so we've got a total amount spectral energy wise 15. Right, is your spectral energy for tonight, folks. Now, if you remember the rules, everyone in the group gets a number of dice to roll. The number of dice is, I believe, well, it's 15 actually, but you have 2 re-rolls because you have 2 people in your group that have proficiencies in mysticism, Dayen and Carmen.
Nice.
Okay, so you get 2 re-rolls, 15, which means that everyone gets 3 rolls. Don't get ones on your D8s here, folks, because if you get ones, 0 points. Right?
0
2
points.
through 7, 1 point. 8, 2 points. Okay? So let's go. Each of you can roll a D8 3 times for your 15 Gloom Gems, and we'll total them up.
We should do it one at a time.
Yes, let's just go. Emiko, 3 times, please.
Okay. Oh, there's our first one.
Okay. A 6. And another 1. Okay, so one.
Get him out now.
I mean, you have 2 rerolls,
You're
so that's
welcome.
okay.
You're
That's
welcome,
1.
everyone. Like,
All
do
right.
better than I did. That's why I don't roll the computer dice unless Matt makes me.
That's the only way to be sure. It's like, nuclear bombs.
Don't trust me.
You got it's the only way to be
I
sure.
trust you.
Oh, that's one of us. All right, Dayen.
Yep.
Go for it. D8, please.
6.
That's a 6. That's 2 points.
6.
3 points.
6.
One more second. Aw.
Oh.
All right. So 4 points
What?
total so far, folks.
Yep.
All right, Justus, go for it.
Okay.
D8s.
5,
5 points so far.
1,
Oh,
2.
6 points so far. No 8s yet, folks. Verity. go. Your turn.
All right, let's do this.
Get
D8,
those
yeah.
8s.
7
4.
points.
See, we should have rolled this last time.
Ah, there's
There
your
we
8.
go.
That's
An
you're up to 9 points.
And let's do it again. Ah, close.
10 points so far. And then finally, Carmen. Okay, 11, 12, 13. 13
16.
points.
4,
Not-
5, 6, and
Not
10.
bad.
13 points times 2, that's 26. Goes into your Gloom Gems from before. Now, you had your Gloom Gem intensity from before was 16. So add 26.
Don't we get 2 rerolls to try to?
You do. That's right. I forgot about the rerolls. Oh my goodness. So you have 2 rerolls. You had hit the 1 3 times though.
I assume I should not roll that.
You can roll one of them.
So we'll go down
And
back. We're going to go
then-
back to 13. Let's see if you guys can choose who you want to do the rerolls. You have 2 rerolls.
I'll
Justice
take
can
a
do
reroll.
one.
I'll
Justice
take
can
a
do one.
reroll.
Okay, Justice will take a reroll. Go for it. D8.
8.
Boom!
There.
Look at
Nice.
that. You're up to
Good
4.
start.
Boom,
Good start.
baby.
You're up to 15, and then one more.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, cool. So that's 16. So 16
I'm very
times
proud
2,
of you.
32 points. So 32 plus 16 total is 48. That is your Gloom Gems intensity. I'm going to put that in chat just to make sure everybody remembers.
So we each get 48.
Every one of you get a 48 intensity on your Gloom Gem.
48 plus 16.
Nope, 48 total.
Oh, that's total. Oh,
Yep.
okay, great. You already. did
Don't
the
you
math.
see? This is
Already
why I
did the
don't
math.
trust
Did the
you,
math.
Megan, because you're trying to fucking finagle me. I'm just kidding. Look at
That,
that.
that math is just hard, man.
Math is hard, especially when you're trying to add like 6s and 8s.
I'm with
Eat
you.
the papa always gets his pay.
I was
So we're
my
at
son was in the
48
other
total
room.
now, right?
48 total. My son was in the other room. He's doing 7th grade math. He comes to me. He goes, "Dad, I don't understand. What is an ordered pair?" And I'm like, "I don't fucking know what an ordered pair is." This is the point of time where like the math, like where they're starting to learn algebra and shit. And I'm just like, I'm so sorry.
Algebra.
I have not
is
seen
simple.
these numbers in years.
Correct.
Don't tell me what an ordered jet. I don't know what an order. I know what a variable is. That's as far as I go. 1.21 gigawatts. Okay, that's it.
So curious to see that musical next year.
That should be
Doc Brown, a voice
Wait,
for
Back to the Future is becoming a musical?
good.
Going into the Winter Garden.
Yes, it is.
It's already. It was. They just finished their run in West End.
That sounds like the best worst thing ever. I love it.
The power of
That might
love.
be the thing that
Very
gets me to
curious.
return to the theater. We'll see.
Huey Lewis is gonna make a fucking ton of money. All right.
Good.
So you've got your
Right to
Gloom
roll.
Gems now, and Kyrix, as the Gloom Gem energy siphons into your soul crystals, and you see the Gloom Gems sort of glittering all around them. Kyrix says, "Oh wow, that's pretty interesting over there. Those are those Gloom Gems are those are getting pretty high in intensity."
We might want to consider cashing these in for something that I don't know is helpful.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You're gonna want to cash those in for. Well, let me see. I can see what I can give you for 48 intensity Gloom Gems. Hold on one
Yeah.
sec.
Great.
Should we really be talking about this in the middle of the street while we're still all in?
Well, I mean, you should be cleaning it up, I would think, right? Yeah, sure, right.
Do we
Yes.
see any of those symbols that we saw?
No, you do not
First group?
see. With the first group, there was like a portal.
Mhm.
You don't see that at all.
Okay.
Just the remains of these gross things that you have defeated. Okay. So it looks like the things that Kyrix the Herald can give you are what are called shards of power.
Mhm.
So shards of power are objects that I believe some of you may already have, but some of them you may not. Shards of power are basically kind of like enhancements to your current powers. And they are of certain rarities that go from 0 rarity all the way up to, I believe it's like 10 rarity. But Some of them do some really great stuff. Here's what on the Magi-Knights PDF. There is a Shards of Power table on page 67. I don't know if any of you are able to see that. If not, no big deal. But
Looking at it right now.
fantastic. So on the right is the cost that you can purchase these Shards of Power for. 4 glooms, 8 glooms, 8 gems, etc., etc., etc. You guys have all the way. How much do you have? 48 gloom gems. So you guys can get pretty much all the way up to individually rarity like 7 or 8 Shards of Power, which are really great. But they require a bonus action to use, and it looks like no more than 1 of each type of Shard of Power may be in the possession of a single Magi-Knight. So once you purchase that gloom gem, that Shard of Power, you can use it. It doesn't look like they are one use. It looks like they can be used pretty much any time. Although, let me check with that. They might be a single use thing. They might be like a potion kind of deal.
Okay.
I'm just checking right now. Gloom gems, we did that.
I think, the last time we were talking about gloom gems, I think it's...
I feel like you're right.
One
I feel like
uses,
gloom
yeah.
gems might be like a single type use. I'm waiting for. They are consumables, according to our friend.
Okay.
So they can be used only once.
Fair.
So, tell me what each of you would like to spend, as innately you know that Kyrix is not like putting out a table, right, of all the gloom gem purchases that you can make. You just know that you can.
Imagine I'm doing it.
You imagine him. Hey, come over. I got some gloom gem stuff over here. No.
What you buying?
What you buying?
Yeah, I've got some really good Shards of Power. No rings of power, but Shards of Power. So, go ahead and buy what you want. Take a little bit of time, but not too much time, as to what you guys would like to choose. And remember, you cannot buy more than 1 of each type. And
So you said we can go up to 7
right, so
rarity?
the rarity,
Mm-hmm.
past 8, you cannot purchase them, right? You can't
Yeah.
use gloom gems at all to purchase them. They are given based on, cool quests that you can get as that kind of thing. But you can purchase with your current amount of gloom gems, up to rarity 8 Shards of Power. Looks like.
Okay.
I think I have the PDF.
Yeah, because 8 times 5.
I can't find the PDF.
I got the PowerPoint, but
Yeah, it's not in the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's not in the PowerPoint, but if it is, if it's something that you guys would like me to share with you, I could probably put it in as a table in Roll20 if you give me like 30 seconds.
Okay.
that'd be helpful. Yes, please. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
yes. You guys are so needy.
Yes, I
You love us though.
Do I
Wanting
though?
to know
Okay.
how to play certain things.
All right, I'm gonna
I think I
copy
know
and
which
paste
one I'm going for.
this. Copy. Shards of table. Shards of power. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, folks, let's see if I can add a table. Oh, I should just add the whole fucking PDF. You can add PDFs to Roll20. You can just go boop, and the whole PDF just downloads right into it.
One of those new editions,
I
yeah.
love that. Okay, but let's see if the table works.
Oh my god, that sounds so easy.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna do that. Because that's
Well,
just so
making
much
quality
better.
of life changes. What?
It's just a little bit weird when you. I'm gonna add it, and hopefully it says no upload PDF now. Hopefully it works, and hopefully it doesn't just crash the whole system. So let's see. Magi-Knights.
$5. File too big.
Rules.
On it now.
Yeah. Let me close out the PDF because it probably won't allow me to update or upload the PDF while I'm doing it. So, all right.
Okay, I think I know which one I want, but I have a clarifying question.
Oops. Yes, I'm ready.
So rarity 7, the Shard of Purification Greater. It says remove a depleted, horrified, paralyzed, soul siphoned up to level 3 or soul tainted condition from the Magi-Knight. Additionally, activate the power of the Shard of Purification Lesser. Does that mean I just get that one for free when I use that?
Do me a favor. Can you just let me know, because I was a little distracted. Can you just let me know which shard you're talking about?
The Shard of Purification Greater, I think it says. Yes.
Okay, let me find it for you then.
If that
Did it?
if
Did
that
it work?
shard would have helped me with the whole nightmare thing, I'm probably gonna be mad. I'm probably gonna throw a hissy.
I mean, it's we keep getting beat down in these because we keep getting conditions. So I was looking for something that would help with that for at least one of us. So.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense. But when you were reading the title, I was like, wait, that sounds a little bit like what I was going through. Did we have an out? Did we have an out?
You
And not
may
realize
have
it?
had an out, but I'm neither going to confirm
Yeah.
nor deny that you had an out because that would make you sad.
We also had very little gloom
That was me
gems
flipping my table.
before this.
You only had
Not
16 gloom
yeah.
gems, so I don't know if you would have been able to do anything
Yeah.
about that.
Fair.
All right, so it's called the Shard of Purification Greater. Remove a depleted horrified shard. Additionally, activate the power of a Shard of Purification Lesser. So yes, it sounds like they do both.
Then I
It's
want
pretty cool.
that one.
Which is remove a Berserk. The Shard of Purification Lesser is remove a Berserk, bleeding, burning, blinded, or deafened condition, or grant +5 to their next roll to remove any condition.
Not bad.
So it's
Dope.
like a 2-in-1 deal. I love it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like that
Like-
one, please and thank you.
It's like greater and lesser restoration.
Well, exactly. Solid. I love it. All right, so
two for
that,
one doorbusters.
how much?
Bogo.
How many? Yeah, Bogo. How many shards was that?
Is it Bogo or Boo Boo Go Go?
How many shards?
I'm sorry. How
think
many
I-
gloom gems was that for you, Emmy? How much did that cost?
Well, it's 7 times what?
Oh no! It tells you on the right-hand side how many gloom gems it costs.
No, it's rarity times.
It says
that's the
7.
thing.
Rarity times 4, so 7 times 4.
Me.
No, it's
8? Is that multiplication?
Mhm. Yeah.
It's 35.
Right.
35.
35 gloom
Five-
gems.
Yeah, level 5 and up. Level 5 to level 8 is going to cost.
Oh, right.
Yep,
Yep, so that's 35 gloom gems, so you can reduce your specific intensity
Yes.
by 35.
Okay. so-
Who
Matt,
else?
you said you were updating the PDF in Roll20?
Yes.
I don't-
Oh, let me
yeah.
just. I have to show it to you. Show. Okay, now you should see it. At the very top, you should see a PDF called
I see it.
Magi-Knight Rules.
Yep.
And if you scroll to, let's see what page it is. It is page 68. So if you just type in 68, let's see if this works. Come on,
About to say
roll 20.
scroll.
Yeah, 68. It works. 68, or it's actually
Yep.
67. I beg your pardon. 67 is where the actual list starts.
Huzzah! Found it.
Superb.
Didn't say no.
Excellent. All right. Has anyone else had the chance to look and tell me what it is that they want to spend their gloom gems on?
Zoom
I
into
don't
where-
understand exactly. I don't have any slots open. Are we talking just the shards, or can we get the armament?
Armaments, I think, are going to cost you more because I think you can just do shards at this point in time with the amount of gloom
armaments
gems.
and the runes and stuff are like minimum 150.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
yeah, I
expensive as
see it.
hell. And unfortunately, you can't sort of like my gloom gems plus your gloom gems. Let's band them together.
Mhm.
Unfortunately,
Oh, there's the exchange rate. Okay.
I heard a gasp.
Shard of Clarity. I just get back mana.
You do?
Yeah, I was thinking about one of
thought
those
I
too.
like
It's
that.
basically a mana potion.
All of it. Just all of it. The white mage needs that.
Do it.
Verity needs mana badly. How
Need-
about anyone
Healers
else?
down. Need a res. Out of mana.
Oh my god, I'm getting flashbacks. Dayen. I can see
Yeah,
him thinking.
I'm running the numbers on what would make sense for him to get.
Okay.
I think I'm going to go Mercurial Alacrity.
Okay. Tell us what that does.
And
Sorry.
that free action, gain a bonus action until the end of the next turn. So it's like 2-round haste.
Oh,
To a
alright.
maximum of 3 bonus actions per turn, which means what? Okay, so how does that work with that wording? Does that mean that you can use 3 gems?
So here's what it sounds like, because remember that for each of these shards, you have to use a bonus action for it. Except for this one, because you're using actually a free action. So in this case, you're not using a bonus action, you're using a free action, and you get an additional bonus action. So you can use a Shard of Mercurial Alacrity essentially to get now 2 bonus actions.
Gotcha.
Can't take the word mercurial seriously anymore
Why?
because it well, this might say something I don't want to say on the internet, but it's repeated constantly in the 50 Shades of Grey books.
You know, it's totally cool. I mean, there's no stigma on bad fiction, so it's
terrible. It's so bad.
especially since they made several movies of it. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And they also made several Transformer movies.
So we got a Mercurial Alacrity. Is that right, Dayen? Or
Yeah, Mercurial Alacrity, Lesser Mending, and Rejuvenation, I think.
16 for the Mercurial Alacrity.
Yep.
Lesser Mending is 12. No, sorry. Lesser Mending is 4.
4.
That's right. And so that's a total of 16 so far. And then which is the last one? Sorry, 20 so far.
Rejuvenation. So 32 total.
32. Okay, so subtract
Of my
by
48.
32. And note those down on your character sheet, please.
Doing it now.
Superb. Carmen, Justus, Verity, have you decided?
Verity is getting the shards of clarity.
Verity with the clarity. The flagon
Again,
with the
3 of them.
dragon. The brew that is true. All right. The use of this shard restores the number of mana points equal to how many?
1d10 plus 1 per level.
So, there you go. So 1d10 plus 1.
I'm getting 3 of those. So that's going to be half
You
my
can
boons
you
in.
can only carry 1, if you remember. You can only carry 1 at a time.
I am sad now.
I am so
Shard?
sorry. 1 shard of the same type. You cannot carry them
Oh, of the
more
same
than 1.
type. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
So you can get like a lesser shard of clarity. And I
I'm
think
just double checking.
There is
know
a greater one, but it costs a lot.
it costs a
and
Okay,
lot,
I've got
yeah.
a
I don't
shard
think
of
I don't think it can give me it can give me more mana than I have max.
No, you
so
cannot. That's right.
Then yeah, no point. No point.
Okay. So
I
you
will
can
get-
stock up with other stuff too.
Okay.
I will get a shard of mending though, a lesser one.
Cool, cool,
as well.
cool. How many total is that then?
That's 2 shards, 8 and 4, which is 12.
Okay. So subtract by 12 the current total that you have already.
4, which is 36. Yeah, 36. So
Yep,
36.
36. Justus and Carmen.
Working on it.
Yeah, I'm doing some quick math right now.
How dare you? How dare you think?
You
Just
said
go with your heart. Go with your gut. Go with your
Numbers,
groin.
numbers, left.
Come on.
that was mean.
I'm sorry, with the what now?
I don't know.
I just started saying random numbers to throw them off their math game, and then I couldn't even keep it up because that's too mean.
I'm watching chat as you guys are determining your expenditures here, and as much as I would love to try to do celebrity impersonations, I only have a select few. Because the only other for example, like I could try to do a celebrity impression, but I only really know the one thing that they say, and that's it. So I'm not going to be able to do like the whole run as that person. I'm not that good. I'm not an impersonator. Except when you're talking about my man Christopher Walken, because who doesn't have a good Christopher Walken impression? I mean, the man is imitable in the best sense of the word. Even if you're bad at doing Christopher Walken, you can do Christopher Walken.
I just started reading chat too, and there's a version of 50 Shades of Grey audiobook read by George Takei.
Oh my.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
I am down for that.
You know, that probably improved it by tenfold at least.
Carmen,
Oh,
what is your question,
God,
Carmen?
okay.
Well, Shard of Unstoppable Might mentions that I can add an additional 2 plus my reputation level.
Yes, your reputation level is
Okay.
equal to 1 because you
So
currently
it'd be
have
3.
Awakened.
Oh no, I'm just wondering. I can't find it in the book. What
right.
does that actually do?
Reputation levels are increase as you go up in levels. You get reputation and stuff like that. So at this point in time, you don't have an actual reputation level. It's just
Correct,
basically
but
1.
I know, but it says it damage to all of their physical attacks.
Correct.
So what would that mean?
Meaning that you add 3 to all of your physical attacks.
Would it be 3 per level?
Not your spells.
No. So, for example, reputation levels go up. As you level up, your reputation level goes up. So, for example, it would be 3 damage to all of your physical attacks, period. Once you attack with this shard. However, it lasts only until the end of your turn.
Yes.
And then after that turn is over, you gain an exhaustion point.
I see that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not gonna. I just wasn't sure. I
Right
couldn't
on.
find it in the rules.
Right on.
Okay.
Yes, Jonathan.
All right.
Let's
Is
go.
it
Had to make,
gloom?
had to make some choices.
All
So
right,
I
all
am
right.
going to take the Shard of Unstoppable Might,
Okay.
Hmm.
I was looking
the
at that one.
Shard of Purification.
We
Wait,
talked about that.
I can't actually take the Shard of Purification. I'm taking the Shard of Rejuvenation.
Okay. Chart of Rejuvenation. Tell us what that does, because that's something we have not yet talked about. So go ahead and tell
A
us what that
flow
does.
of a surge of numbing energy encompasses you. The Magi-Knight ignores the additional effects of stress and exhaustion until the end of their next turn and reduces their stress and exhaustion points by 1.
That's excellent. That's really great. Okay, that costs 12 Gloom Gems plus the Shard of Unstoppable, which costs 16. So you're up to 28 so far.
And then a Lesser Mending.
Lesser Mending. Okay.
Yep.
Got that one. That costs 4. So that's
4.
32. You're up to 32
And
so far.
I think I'm going to do a Shard of Confidence.
Ooh, that's a new one. Let's talk about that one. What does
The
that
use
do?
of the shard adds a 1d12 to the next skill check made. I'm getting inspired by a level 20 bard.
It works so well. So that is a shard, and how many Gloom Gems is that? Let's take a look.
So,
Shard of Confidence is 8 gems. So 32 plus 8, that's 40.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got 8 intensity Gloom Gems left.
Yes.
Solid. Note those
Actually,
down, please.
I'm gonna take a shard of confidence as well.
Okay.
Adjust mine
Reduce
further
your
down.
absolutely.
I hadn't seen that. That was
No,
smart.
it's a good one. It's a good one for skill
Bro, do you
checks.
guys read Shard of Fate?
Shard of Fate. Tell us what that does, Richard.
Roll 2d20. Set the highest roll aside. At any time when you or a friendly target you can clearly see makes an attack roll, skill check, or saving throw, use the roll you put aside instead of rolling.
I love that. It's like portent.
freaking
It's like
potent.
it's basically a
That's
portent.
exactly what it is.
I love it.
I was like, what is that's awesome. You just have a potent roll on deck.
That's a
Must be
roll
done
on
before any
deck.
dice are rolled.
Divination Wizard says no.
It's just like
Alternatively, you can expend the die as an inspiration point, but
Yeah.
lose an unexpended die at the end of the sleep phase.
I love
So
all
I
these
like that
mechanics. So many
Yeah, these are
great
cool.
choices. Great choices here.
Dope.
All
I
right.
missed the target. That's not right. Let me check the script.
We grab that die right over here. There we go.
I'm not supposed to lose.
Okay, the only
Let me
person
check
I
the script.
guess who hasn't chosen yet is Carmen. Maeve, tell us what you got up your sleeve.
I'm gonna take a shard of mending potent.
Potent mending. Okay.
I have a lot. I have health. so
Heck
I have
yeah.
a lot of health.
Heck yeah. All right, so that will cost you. Potent mending
That's-
is 12.
Mhm.
Okay.
Then I'll take confidence.
Confidence, that'll be another 8, so you're up to 20.
And let me see.
Excuse me.
And I'll also take. Let's see. I would have 28 left right now.
Oh, that's right. You have 28 points left. Riveting decisions. I feel like we
I'll get a shard of tenacity.
Shard of Tenacity. Okay, no, we have not talked about Tenacity yet. Please tell us what that does.
Before you would take physical damage, as a reaction, you gain physical resistance until the end of your turn. Afterwards, you suffer 1 exhaustion point.
That's okay. That's okay. Gives you a little bit of resistance. I love it. So you can do it as a reaction on someone attacking you. That's another 25, so that leaves you with 3 Gloom Gem
I don't think
points
there's
left.
anything I can buy with 3.
No, you can't buy anything with 3. So notate how many Gloom Gem intensities that you all have left, as well as your shards. Because one does not simply go through Magi-Knights without shards.
Thank you, Buttermere.
Okay.
Can we only use these shards in our Magi-Knight forms?
No,
We can use them in our student forms?
that is correct.
Woo! Okay, good to know.
There is nothing in the rules that says, as far as I can see it, that this is only specifically for Magi-Knight forms, although I'm sure I've been wrong before, and I'm sure that our Magi-Knight friends will tell me. But I don't see it in here. It just says, Magi-Knights have a natural ability that allows them to siphon out these energies that are contained within the shards.
Okay.
Yep, dip. Standard action, power of a shard. Oh, you can. Oh, that's interesting. Did you know, folks? Did you know that a Magi-Knight can bestow the power of their own shard on another Magi-Knight by using an action instead of a bonus action?
So it's bonus action to use it on yourself, action to use on somebody else.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
I
I have a
love it.
question then.
That's my house rules for potions. Awesome.
Yup.
Question,
I-
Carmen. Go.
Yes. The tenacity one. If
Mhm.
I use that on someone else, do they gain the exhaustion instead
Yes.
of me?
Yes. Sorry. The powers of a shard are conferred as well as the detrimental effects.
Okay. I just wanted to find out since some of our friends are more squishy than others, and exhaustion sucks, but I mean, it's better than being dead. So
Agreed.
I've had like what feels like 20 points at one point. That's fine. It's fine.
So, the pause having been ended now by you sort of taking these shards into your being, time reverts back to its normal self, and you all find yourselves back at the mini mall, just outside of the bridge over the railroad tracks, and the remnants of these foes have dissipated almost entirely. Kirix looks at all of you, and then says, "Well, I mean, I guess you didn't have to do very much of a cleanup there, but hey, good job. Looks like you're really getting your hang on all these powers. I'm impressed."
Well, I think it was a real team effort. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, speaking of effort, I'm real tired because like I've been flying around this area for like, I don't know, like a good 2 or 3 minutes trying to evade the, oh crap, here they come. And then you just see him like flop his sheet over himself and scuttle around a corner. As Bianca de la Luna with her gang of ghost hunters are encroaching in your direction. And they skid to a halt in a very anime fashion. You hear like screech. And they stare at the 5 of you.
Oh, we're transformed, huh?
Are we?
Mm-hmm.
Bianca looks at the 5 of you and she goes, "Wow. Those are amazing outfits. Where did you get them?"
Part of me just wants to shout scatter and we just run.
Run!
He's it.
I mean, that is an option.
She says,
Yeah.
Jessica, which is like her sort of second in command, sort of looks at you in a blasé way, just says, "I've seen better."
We're practicing for Shakespeare. Yeah.
Oh, Shakespeare, what play?
Antony and Cleopatra.
There you go.
Oh, it's not very good.
Well, it's not a very good play, but it's got swords. Dayen's gonna wave his sword around. Sort of like, it goes against his bones to wave it in a casual fashion and not like gracefully with water flowing weapons, but just sort of like swinging it around like high schooler style and just being like, yeah, it's
1, 2, 3, 4.
Jessica sort of like, not my face, not my, I never heard of a, and she points over at Carmen, I never heard of anybody carrying a giant hammer in Antony and Cleopatra.
Well, you have not.
it's a
met our
re-envisioning.
Taking some
It
creative
is-
liberties.
It's a metaphor for the amount of just weight I have to heft around to carry this performance.
She's Cleopatra, obviously.
Bianca
Obviously.
hasn't said anything since she sort of first came, skidding to a stop, her eyes open, her mouth agape. Like we're talking like big ol', I'm not putting the fucking thing on my head anymore, but like giant anime eyes.
I have a question.
Yes, Carmen.
The ears I get when I transform, I can move them, right? Like
Sure, why not?
they're my actual ears.
Yeah, they are
so
your, I mean, hey, why
I'm
not?
gonna just like flick an ear a little bit, just
Bianca says, "So, who are you all?"
I'm playing Mark Antony.
Okay, can I call you Mark?
My name's Dayen.
I'm sorry. What did you just say your name was?
Oh goodness, is that
He's
the
just-
time? We probably
he's
should
just
be going right
dying
now.
to put on a performance for all of you.
Yeah.
So you're Mark, and she points at Dayen. And who are the rest of you?
We are leaving. It is late right now. We actually were supposed to get out like while I start trying to push everyone.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to like break up your little play gathering. We normally
No,
see
it's-
people here who are like they're like have some weird like cult thing going on. We thought it was like a ghost thing. They carried weird knives and stuff, but we for sure, and she looks at the rest of her gang, we for sure saw like a super scary ghost. It was flying all over the place. We chased it for like a minute or two. Jessica says like more like 3. And like and Bianca's like shh, and then it just disappeared. I don't know where it went. So don't be frightened. It's just a normal, harmless spirit. If you guys happen to see it in your play rehearsals, just leave it alone. Yeah.
But thank you for the advice, and yeah, I'm still trying to push everyone away.
How
And,
intently
try
are
and
they
say-
watching each of us?
I'd say pretty intently.
Oh, well, sorry. What was that, Carmen?
How intently are they watching each of us? Could I kind of duck away?
You could make a stealth check.
Sure.
Yeah. Also
Do
trying to
that.
duck away.
What's-
I've even got the
what's
helmet on
the-
and everything. I'm trying not to be seen.
You're kind of like
I
in
don't-
the view. You're kind of like right in their view. I mean, there's not
I
a whole
have
lot
no
of places.
bonuses for stealth.
I'm not
What?
being subtle and trying to get us away. I'm just trying to get
I was gonna say,
more like
as Verity's-
as natural as possible.
Or not.
As Verity's pushing me, I'm just going to say, and we shall see thee at the theater.
Yeah, Carmen.
Just
For the rest of her.
Carmen disappears into the earth. I don't know. She just like just tunnels down. I mean, I don't even know.
Yeah,
She just
I
disappears.
mean, my element is Earth, so this makes perfect sense.
Absolutely. There's nothing left but just like a wisp of cat scented smoke. And
You just hear like smile, like one of those cat smiles, and just like
Yeah.
fades off into the alleyway, just like shuffling sideways, like no one sees.
yeah, absolutely.
And no one does.
Just like a little like a cat outline, like a Carmen
Just a
outline.
cat.
And just
You guys look over and you see like an outline just like blinking and like dots. Like, she was
So,
there, now she's not.
Good. One less person have to.
anyone
fight
else
away,
want to?
so
Anyone else want to peace out?
Yeah.
I'm trying to push everyone out.
He's
As
just
I'm
gonna
As I'm trying to get everyone out too, I'm shouting back. Thank you for the advice on the ghost. And you make sure you stay away from creepy people in cloaks and weird daggers. They sound dangerous. Okay, thank you. Bye.
So
I love how Richard's like voice just like totally roboticized as it bye.
How is that any different? As I'm being put, how is that any different from me actually telling them my name? Watch out for creepy people with ropes and daggers.
Works.
Well, they brought it up, so.
All right, so Bianca sort of like waves goodbye. She's like, "This is really awkward. I don't know why this is so weird." But anyway, what happened to like Emmy and Verity and Carmen and Justus? Like they were here, and now they're just like they totally just ghosted us. Get it? And Jessica looks over and she says, "You are awful. You're just awful."
Agreed.
human being."
I'm not there, but agreed.
Bianca and the Ghost Hunters gang sort of walk in the opposite direction towards the train tracks and the rest of the city.
that was my question. How far away is the tunnel to where the train tracks are?
I think that it took you not that long to run here, Carmen. It probably took you about 30 seconds. So running 30 seconds, 30 feet to probably maybe a good like 70 or 80 feet.
Okay, that's where I want to emerge from, but I don't want to be in my Magi-Knight form. I want to just be how I looked, and I want to look very like dazed, like I don't really know what just happened.
Okay.
Like coming out of the darkened tunnel,
Okay.
where they very much saw me get possessed
Sure.
and then disappear and get dragged into.
Okay, so there's like a Clark Kent moment where you're like, "Oh, excuse me, Lois," and like you come out of the tunnel.
Just like rubbing my head.
Yeah, like, oh, okay. So Carmen has Magi-Knightized herself. She is no longer Song Keeper. She is now just Carmen. How about the other four of you?
Once I
Transform after sight.
Mhm.
once we kite out into an alley away from people's sight, then
Okay.
we transform.
Does anyone need Like, because I still have like essentially enough mana points to heal somebody one more time in case anybody needs a little boost before we.
I don't know if you can use your mana points when you are in non-Magi-Knight form, Emmy.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you want to do
I
it before you transfer back? I got it.
Yeah. So if anybody needs it before I transform, then
Good.
Yeah, I also have a heal in case anyone.
Cool.
then I will.
So
as
yeah,
soon as we're
yeah. Go
out of
ahead.
sight.
Out of sight? Yeah, perfect. All right, so you guys sort of demystify yourself and go back into your normal forms. Carmen, you sort of come out of the tunnel. Bianca and Jessica and the rest of the gang are sort of like, oh, Carmen, you would not believe what we saw. We saw like a ghost and it was flying like up into the trees. We chased it around and then it brought us to this to the mall where we normally see like the ghost, not the ghost. Well, I guess they're kind of ghost hunters. I don't even know what they are, but like they weren't there anymore. And instead, there was like a group, and they were doing all this like theater stuff. I don't know. And she looks back, and they're gone. Well, I mean, they were there. They were there.
Do they remember what happened though? Do they remember like me literally getting possessed and them running away in fear?
Yeah, they
Okay.
remember.
Seems that's not their main focus, but
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No.
Thanks for the
That-
concern.
Yeah. No. That all sounds very interesting, and maybe
good.
we should. Maybe you can talk to me about it on the way home. I can walk with you guys.
Okay. We're planning on just going to our houses. You want to come with us?
That'd be fun.
Okay.
Just gonna like look back towards where I last saw the group and just like wink at them and just go with go
Okay.
with these other kids.
Cool. All right. So Carmen goes with Bianca and Jessica and the rest of the Ghost Hunters gang. Emmy, Verity, Dayen, and Justus. Now that you've sort of depowered and your normal forms again, you don't see Kirix anymore. He seems to have gone back to wherever he's normally comes from. But instead, as you come out into the alleyway to look for Carmen, you do not see anyone around. It's, that sort of same very dark, silent area of the city, punctuated by the occasional sort of like hoot of animals from the nearby trees. And that's when you see him standing under a street lamp. You see a figure dressed in jeans and a t-shirt. His hair is over his eyes. You can't really see his face that well. But he's just sort of standing there under the street lamp. It's sort of coming down from the top. And he's just looking in your direction. Just the four of you.
Does anyone know him?
You're pretty far away from him. You're about 40 or 50 feet away from him.
Start walking closer.
Mm-hmm.
Suspicious.
Yeah.
Are there?
stranger danger alarms going off.
Has it rained recently? Are there any?
No.
I know we're in like a. What is it? It's like, it's not the mall, but it's like, are there mirrors?
No, there's no
nearby?
mirrors. There's no rain. I mean, it's funny that you ask that because Dayen, you're relatively close to Yuna Song's grandfather's cafe, Song's Book and Cafe. It's maybe like a block or two down the street, but no, you're not. You're not in an area of the city that is, wet from rain. You don't see any puddles or anything like that.
Do they move? Or are they still standing there as I'm getting closer?
As you start getting closer, the young man does not seem to move. at all. As you get closer, though, is anyone going with Dayen?
Yeah, I'm backing up Dayen.
Okay. Dayen and Justus, you get closer to this figure, and you see that the figure has tears in his clothing. His shirt is torn, his jeans are torn. Hair, dark, matted almost over his face. Can't see his face that well at all.
Injuries under the tears or just tears?
Too far
in
away
the
to
clothing?
see.
I just loop arms with Verity and follow the
Okay.
guys.
You're about 10 feet or 20 feet behind the other two.
Keep pace with them, but just still hang
Yeah.
back a little bit. But
Yeah.
Okay. How close do you get, Dayen and Justus?
I wanna get closer.
How much closer?
Within 20 feet.
Okay. About 20 feet from him. Justus, do you follow?
Yeah.
Both of you guys walking towards this figure, you can start to see that underneath the hair that the lips of this figure are moving, and he's saying something, but he's saying really in a volume that's just too low to be heard, but he's definitely saying words.
That's unsettling.
Really, that's what's unsettling. This whole setup.
Justus and
Can
Dayen,
I-
before you do anything, since you're about 20 feet away, can you go ahead and make an investigation check for me?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just the
Roll
two
high.
of you, please.
Roll high.
Plus
Roll
3.
high.
The two of us.
Just the two
We
of you.
can make it
Oof.
right.
Absolutely not.
Better.
That's a 6.
Okay. Yeah, Dayen, you're not quite sure what you're looking at, but Justus, as you come up to see this figure and sort of like look at his face to see, you see your eyes scan this figure's clothing and you realize that he's wearing a Frost Peak Academy uniform.
There it is.
Do I recall how long is his hair?
Probably like mid-cheek, long and straight.
So
Does he look like any of the missing kids we know about?
Yeah.
Description wise?
that's what I was curious about.
You can't see him that well. Maybe his face, you'd have to get a little closer.
I love this danger, but at the same time, somebody's got to play into it. And
Mhm.
Dayen is pretty impetuous. So yeah, I'm going to stride on forward. Sort of like, hey, I'm talking to you style.
How close do you get, Dayen?
15?
Pardon?
15 feet?
15 feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, getting a little closer. You're not responding to you, but you do start to hear words that you sort of hear half whispered coming from this figure.
Is he still just looking directly at us while muttering?
Yeah. And he's saying, like, you can't really hear it that well, but it's like, was stolen, returned, dead, Applewood. No.
Are his eyes sort of like glazed and like far off? Like, is he
Can't see his eyes.
like lost in thought? Okay.
They're hidden under his hair.
You're all right there, man.
Just keep saying the same things over and over.
I'm gonna go like 10 feet closer.
So that's 10 feet
Yeah.
from him?
Yes.
So you pass by Dayen, Justus, as you move closer. As you do so, this figure lurches towards you and grabs you by both arms and screams as his hair flips back. And you see that his face is warped horrifically. His mouth is located where his left cheekbone should be. And every facial feature is twisted in a 90-degree angle. You take 2 trauma, but please make a purity roll to resist 1.
Whew.
Okay.
Whoa.
Plus 5. 12.
Okay, that is not enough, unfortunately. So you take full 2 trauma to you. But the good news is that he is now screaming full force into your face. And because of that, now, Dayen, you can see that. The Verity and Emmy, you guys see this figure reach out and grab Justus, and Justus just screams. His eyes go wide, and this figure screams in your face. I'm not going to scream because it's too late and I've got children, but he says, "Where is it? Where is the disc? Return! Return! Stolen things should be returned! 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 Back, back, back to the dead tether! The Applewood knows, but no longer hears me!" And then he lets out this ear-piercing howl of anguish. 2 stress points to you, Dayen. 2 stress points to you, Justus. 2 stress points to you, Verity. 2 stress points to you, Emmy. And then...
6 stress points.
6, but not 7, correct?
Not 7.
You're at 6.
Yeah.
That's okay, but 6
Okay.
is bad.
Yeah,
6 is
very
super bad. As he lets out this horrific ear-piercing scream, you watch as he just dissolves into mist.
Yeah, Justice was about to just try and just judo through this guy, and then he's just looking at his hands.
Is he still saying more stuff, or is it?
He
he
just
dissolved.
said
He's
that.
gone.
He's gone.
No, that's right.
He said
Thanos snapped.
he let out that diatribe.
Yeah.
And if you don't remember it, I'll put it in chat if you want to
Yes,
sort of
please. I
try to
only
take.
caught half of it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
No worries.
Wait, what year did DVDs come out?
DVDs are out. This is 1995.
Was it 95?
Actually, CDs, but maybe not DVDs. Definitely CDs.
So it's pointless to go check the return slot in the Rockbusters.
We could.
Did Steve Jobs return to Apple yet?
I think actually at this point in time he might have actually been let go from Apple, because I know at one point in time he was fired from Apple and then came back.
Yeah, because he went to do a Pixar.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Right, that was the thing.
Oh my God, just say no to drugs. What was that?
DVDs came out in 1997. Thank you, Loot Bunny.
Okay.
Horrific.
So, wait,
7. Damn.
where's the disc? Return. Stolen things should be returned. Back to the dead tether. Okay.
Mm.
That's
It's
the
the app.
second time today I've heard something about a disc. Like, there were some guys at school that were talking about disc seekers or something like that. I didn't I only heard a little bit. Yeah, some guy was like talking about how what happened with Mark wasn't as weird as that disc seeker thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Interesting.
Applewood. Okay.
Applewood line kind of throws me off a little bit.
Is there a place called Applewood, or is there a family called Applewood?
I'm going to ask, actually, the 4 of you, since you are now talking about Applewood, to make a... Let me think about this. What kind of check would it be?
Think.
Because this is actually a relatively... I think this is... since you are in your student form, not that it really makes much of a difference here. Let me just check here. This would be a... thing to do with recognition intelligence. It's not a history because you don't have history in this game.
Investigation.
The academic arts is kind of
Academic arts. Yeah, let's do an academic arts check.
Okay.
I like that. Jesus.
Yeah.
I know it.
I don't.
7 for Megan.
Yeah.
Verity the 13. Carmen, you're
Me
not
and
there,
Justus
unfortunately.
Me and Justus are a little bit like.
Well,
oh.
thank God Dayen got a natural 20 because the DC was 14.
I just missed it.
Just missed it. But Dayen
Just missed
knows. Dayen, Pepperidge Farm remembers. Dayen.
The St. Clair family remembers.
Dayen, Applewood is so familiar, and you're like, Applewood, 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 Applewood. It's like striker, 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 striker. It's the name of your shop teacher, Mr. Applewood.
Huh.
Oh dang.
But you said he was wearing a. Oh no, Frostpeak is us, not the other one. What's the other school that we were potentially
Frostpeak
being
Academy.
able to get into? Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, he technically. Well, this is the funny thing about Mr. Applewood. You remember because of the natural 20. He's kind of in charge of wood shop, but it was only a temporary thing because he's actually a computers teacher. But yeah.
Sounds about right.
It's funny because his actual name is Appelwood, Appelwood, but everybody calls him Mr. Applewood.
Got it.
Kind of finds it annoying.
I relay this to everybody, probably having taken the shop class because Dayen is looking to distract himself from everything.
Vice becomes a boon.
Would the computer classes have been in the library computers or in a separate lab? Because the 90s probably a separate computer lab.
Probably a separate computer lab, yeah. I mean, this is Frostpeak Academy. They don't skimp. Yeah.
Do I think I could?
Speaking of Apple.
Maybe during free period tomorrow.
Okay.
Next day at school.
Do you want
I
to
think
mention
Dayen's
this
gonna
to your folks? Or
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
wanna do
I'm
this
gonna
yourself?
sort of relay this to everybody. Explain who I think he is and where it might be connected. Because if they're asking for a disc, then maybe there's some sort of floppy or something in the computer lab.
Wait, he's the
We
shop
could-
teacher or the computers teacher?
Maeve.
Both.
He's the shop teacher, but he was normally the computer teacher. So maybe there's something hidden
Well, isn't tomorrow
in the
a
computer lab.
Wait, you need to use discs
meeting? We'll
on
have
computers, yeah?
class
You still need discs for
Yeah.
computers. That's right.
Floppies.
Verity makes
Well,
that connection.
floppies.
Floppies.
Lapis.
Yeah.
It's 95, so
Oh
people
my
are using
God,
the three and a
floppies.
is it 3.5 inch, not 5 1/4 inch.
Well, and then you've
Yeah,
also got the old.
It's
Right.
I remember buying a stack of like 50 CDs to burn like music on.
Absolutely.
when I went to college,
Nice.
then like I went to college with like a whole huge stack of floppy disks. So
All my programs are floppies.
I think it's
Okay.
got Doom on a floppy disk somewhere.
So that's the encounter that you have that evening, folks. Carmen,
All right.
Hi.
hi. You walk Bianca de la Luna home after she drops off Jessica and the rest of the gang at their respective houses. And Bianca says, "So, what happened?"
I mean, I'm not really sure. I remember talking to each of you about the story at the train tracks, and then there was the spirit that we saw, and I just sort of blacked out.
Make a deception check, Carmen.
I can do that.
I believe you.
Let's see, deception. Well.
What the shit?
We are on fire tonight.
God
I
damn.
love these dice tonight.
These
This,
dice.
this will go terribly tomorrow for Ravenloft, I guarantee it.
Gorgeous.
But
It always Karma.
So,
Karma
23?
evens out. Yeah, 23. Fuck yeah. She's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry.
tomorrow though.
I'm so sorry. Are you okay?" And she like puts her hand on your shoulder and she's like, I hope you're not sick. There's a lot of kids who are getting sick and she like looks around, she's like, or even like disappearing. I personally don't think they're disappearing. I think just staying home and like not going to school. But are you okay?
yeah, I mean, I'm fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that you and your friend, oh gosh, I forgot her name.
Emiko.
Emiko, thank you so much. I think you guys are so awesome for joining our club. And yeah, just hopefully I'll see you guys in school tomorrow. We can talk about I don't know, more ghost hunting stuff, right?
I would really enjoy that. That sounds really fun.
Okay. Cool. See you tomorrow. Oh, and by the way, Jessica, she's kind of a bitch.
Thank you. Someone else said it.
So, like, don't take her. She's just really hard. So,
But that's okay. I mean, I met at least one really nice friend today.
she,
Aw.
like, smiles at you, and her eyes, briefly, anime style, turn into hearts. And then she gets the sort of, like, the red under the cheeks kind of thing. And then she sort of does the whole, like... And then walks away, back to her house.
Right, well, have a good night.
Good night. She waves at you. Shuts the door. Carmen, you're relatively close to your house, so you can head home if you want, or you can do what you want.
I'm gonna head home,
Okay.
but I'm not gonna go into my home. I'm gonna wait outside.
Okay.
Because I don't know where they are. So,
Right.
I mean, wandering around the streets by myself just is kind of irresponsible.
Mm-hmm. Very
And
true.
I do
Very
my
true.
best to be responsible. So,
Smart.
yeah, I'm just gonna wait for a very.
Tiger pit.
So,
gonna do the
listen,
exact
peer
same thing.
pressure. Peer pressure.
Okay, and how about the other four of you?
So there, I have a question. How does a moment of catharsis work?
Good question.
Because especially after that dude jumping out, I can't do this for everyone, but Justus and I have a bond ability that during a moment of catharsis check, I can try to reduce his stress by 1, which I think would
That's
be
correct.
Yeah.
helpful.
So
And I
here
can
we
do that
go.
the other way too.
This is
Yeah.
only during free time phase. You can take a
Only
moment
during
of
free time.
catharsis and offer words of encouragement, and instead of rolling a D3 to attempt to help another during a moment of catharsis, you roll a D6.
Okay.
Oh, but it also says after a combat
Yeah,
encounter, you may choose one other Magi-Knight that you share this bond and reduce their stress points by 1.
Yes.
Mhm.
Look at that.
So, I'm just gonna go up to Justice before we split ways, and I'm just gonna say, there was a lot of things happening really quick in that battle, but I'm pretty sure like that I was like gonna go down at one point, and you popped me back up, and I just wanted to say thank you for that. And she just reaches out her hand to do like a handshake.
I mean, well, gotta look out for each other, right? Because we might be racing, but we still have to be good teammates and help each other be better. And I just awkwardly shake her hand.
Thank you for your service. Okay. And that's pretty much it is.
By the way, very quickly, quick rules clarification. Stress points, trauma points, and exhaustion points. Who has stress points? Raise your hand if you have stress points. So Emiko and Justus and Verity. Just a reminder about stress
And Dayen.
and exhaustion. And Dayen. Just to remember, stress points and exhaustion points are kind of like penalties, right? To
Like
the
debuffs
ability
for stuff.
scores that you have. So stress is for your mental abilities, and exhaustion is for your physical abilities. So remember that when you're doing your checks here, folks, right?
Yeah, I haven't passed a single check without that yet, so
Understandable. Trauma is something completely different. We're not going to get into that. You know, when you get over 7 trauma, that's very bad. I think you start getting crystalline fractures and all that jazz.
Yeah.
But-
I should know.
Yeah, sorry, Verity. Sore point for you, unfortunately. But yeah, just keep that in mind when you're doing your checks to keep your stress and your exhaustion as part of the equation. What?
did we successfully lower our stress by
Yes, it automatically happens when you have a
It
bond with
automatically
someone.
happens. Okay.
Yeah.
Auto-magically.
Auto-magically.
And then after that exchange, if Dayen's still around, Emmy's kind of gonna like side glance at Dayen to like see if he saw that, and just kind of go on.
It's okay. Listen, we all have friends. Yeah, it's fine. He says to himself in his head, he's like, it's not a big deal.
Oh no! Oh no!
Yep.
I'm just competing with him for both girls' affections. It's fine.
In your mind, well, just remember, in your mind, your heart belongs to another. Both yours and Justus's.
Mm-hmm.
Alicia Silverstone.
Well, okay, fine.
I
will cry, baby, cry.
No, but Clueless would have been out.
Clueless.
Oh, I was thinking about that music video with Alicia Silverstone in it. Crazy, crazy, crazy,
Fair.
you baby.
Flowcharts of shipping, Maeve.
There's a lot of flip. There's a
That's-
lot of
that's
shipping.
right.
There's a
Oh,
lot.
man. Try looking at that freaking guy and Always Sunny with the freaking board.
I don't, Carmen just seems like the kind of character that would like make charts about like who's friends with who and who might like who and yeah.
Turns into that episode of.
Emmy's just gonna go home and listen to A Little Fall of Rain.
Wait, on repeat?
Yep, just that one song. Just
Make
loop.
the flowers.
Are you gonna have to like get up every like, 20
Tears.
minutes to rewind the cassette tape?
CDs, I think, would have.
See what had
Yeah,
a
I've got,
Oh,
I've
yeah.
got a,
Yeah.
I've got a Discman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they have a repeat
I
function?
think she's
Or
got,
I
she's
think
got
they
like a
did.
boombox at home, so she just sets it to like track 8 because it's track 8.
Oh my god!
If-
On
Wow.
CD2, and she just hits the play button twice so that it just, and
So what I'm hearing is that Emiko is going to be below Dayen's window with the boombox at some point.
Sounds about right.
not with that song.
Sorry, Dayen.
What are you doing down there?
Help me as I die. Yay.
Dying?
Holy shit!
Oh, Dying Your Alarm Shut would be the song.
Okay, we're getting off track here. Let's go.
Emiko, where
Let's go.
for art thou, Emiko?
This guy insane. Quick.
Too much fun is happening here. Too much fun. Okay, so I'm assuming that you all eventually find your ways home, heartbroken or not, and
Well, this love triangle thing
fall
going
into
on.
fitful, if somewhat restful, hormonal sleeps. Let's actually talk about that for a second, because you guys have undergone some stressful activities. So you might not
yeah, we did.
all have restful sleeps. So let's talk about sleep once more. Here we go. Sleep and all that jazz.
Gotta roll.
Oh, that jazz.
Here we go. Sleeping. There's sleeping. There's refreshing sleep. Where is it? Sleep phase. School phase. I gotta go through all these fucking things. There we go. Sleep phase. Okay, so there's average sleep, feverish dreams, which only one of you have, luckily, gone through, and then refreshing sleep. So the difference is that if you have not gone in any combat, you get into refreshing sleep. But if you have, which you have, unfortunately, then it is just an average sleep effect. However, if something disrupts your slumber, feverish dreams. Same thing as if you have endured something traumatic, or if you're being targeted by spectral outsiders. So it looks like, because you all have undergone combat, but not all of you have undergone trauma, you all get the average sleep effect. Which means that you regain hit points equal to your constitution modifier plus half your total hit points, but it doesn't sound like any of you actually need to worry about that. And you recover all your mana points. And you reduce your stress points by 3. And your exhaustion points by 1.
Awesome.
And you recover any crystalline fractures equal to 2 plus your half your reputation level rounded down, which is in this case 1, so it's rounded down to 0. So 2 crystalline fractures.
Sort of the
Nice.
crystalline fractures I had, which is good.
If you have gotten any trauma gene, you have Here we go. Feverish Dreams.
Only one crystalline.
Feverish Dreams effect. You recover hit points equal to your con mod. You recover all your mana points. Please roll for purity if you have gotten any trauma.
All right.
Oh no, you took trauma?
Yep.
Everyone took
I
trauma.
think a
but
lot
me,
of
I
people
think.
took trauma.
No, I didn't get any trauma.
Okay.
I took trauma because
Oh,
I
because
caught
Because
a dude in the
you
face.
caught, yeah, the guy goes, ah, and his face is
Yeah.
all fucked up.
We only got
Walking
stressed.
to a Pablo Picasso on the corner of Park.
Oof. Okay.
If we do some facial reconstruction, do we have a guess as to who that guy is?
None of you had ever seen him before. That's
Oh,
for
okay.
sure.
Okay.
Even in
I know where
his
to mark the
warped
color
face
goes.
look. What did you get for that purity roll?
I got a 16, I believe.
Cool. You reduce your stress points by 2.
Oh, thank goodness.
Woohoo!
Now roll to resist physical.
Ooh.
A con roll. DC is 12.
Oh, temporary hit point gone.
That's for you, Justus. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm just looking. I have a pip in the con box. That means I have proficiency, right?
Yes.
Cool. 3 plus 5 then.
Very
15.
nice. Excellent. So you also get back 1. So you reduce your exhaustion point by 1.
I believe I don't have any.
Fantastic. You don't worry about it. Do you have any crystalline fractures?
I do.
Recover 1 of them.
Excellent. And
So,
Almost back.
just to give us a little flavor,
yeah.
what kind of a fucking feverish dream did Justus have?
So I was actually thinking about this.
Good.
Do it.
I think what Justus sees is he keeps seeing as he's walking down the street or going through the woods or going through the park. This guy keeps showing up. And the hair just flies back. And not just is the parts of the face switching around every time, but you know, like the sliding tile puzzle?
Mm-hmm.
The pieces of his face are just moving around like that each time.
Mm.
And it's always screaming the same thing about the disc, return, Applewood. And he just keeps running and running and running until he wakes up and he just rolls out of the bed and just falls face first and just goes, ah.
So this is physically, like you've actually woken yourself up from sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. You hear a knock on your door. Justus?
Yes, Father.
Can I come in?
Yeah, 1 sec. And I just get myself up onto the bed.
Okay. You're gonna have to unlock your door, son.
Oh, right. And I go and unlock the door.
The doorknob turns. And when the door opens, it's that same creature with that horrible, messed up face. And he's just... and you just... you fall out of
Slam the
bed
door.
again.
Yeah.
Love it.
Following
Love it.
Messed up, man.
Never
Messed
trust a
up, man.
dream ending! It's not real!
The worst part would be, finally I wake up and just go to use the bathroom. I look in the mirror, my own face.
Ah! 3
Nice.
times!
Come on.
Yeah.
It's not enough.
My God.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe that is definitely emotional damage.
Seriously.
2d4 psychic damage.
Nosebleeds. Hello, 11. Okay.
Use that psychic damage to psych yourself up.
Psych
There you go.
damage. It's all positive. It's all positive energy. All right. So that dream, luckily, only lasts for that one night. And then you're ready for the next day for school. It's day 4, everybody. Thursday, July 27th, 1995. that cool like morning the morning zoo comes on the radio like, hey everybody, it's the morning zoo here in Lapis City, how's it going? This is your friend Cubby Bryant, and hey, what's happening? How's the traffic over there on the Gabushka highway? I don't know, there's a little bit of a traffic jam on the Gabushka, maybe they can hover over to the Flawa. No, and like just the normal banter of the morning zoo fucking people. And yeah, the five of you wake up.
Yay. Okay.
He looks in the mirror. She's still got like dark circles under her eyes of this being the first week of junior year
And dealing with this on top of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. She's still
Fair.
got some stress hanging on, so she's just like, oh boy.
It's fair. Let me think. Verity, what kind of a house and what kind of like family life do you think Verity has?
I thought we were with Carmen. It was
Verity lives down the hall from me in an apartment building.
Yeah, apartment complex. That's what it was.
Okay, but I mean, you don't live by yourself, right?
No.
Okay, so when Verity wakes up, like, who does she greet in the morning? She has an older brother that she's friends with, according to Loot Bunny.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to remember. He's like a year old? I'm trying to remember how old.
It's in your character sheet.
That's what I'm looking for. There it is. Brother, 17-year-old. That's right. He's a senior at the school.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So he would be there. I would say. Mom would be there. Dad, let's say Dad travels around for work, so he's not around often.
Alrighty, no worries there. How about we do this? Verity, you wake up in the morning, you rub the sleep out of your eyes. Your brother is already dressed, and he's already ready to head out to Frost Peak. And he looks over at you and goes, hey, what's up? You gonna get dressed? Like, you're already like, you're gonna be late for school.
Whatever, screw that. Yeah, no, I'm doing. Just had a bit of a rough couple of nights.
Okay. Are you going to school?
Yeah, that's right. Dress right.
Yeah, you're gonna be late. You better move. Oh, and hey, do me a favor. Like, there's like a whole bunch of newspapers that, like, I was using them for like a paper mache thing. I'm wondering if you could just like do me a favor and just toss them in recycling. They're from like back in June. They're from like a month ago. Do you mind if you can just do me a favor and just toss them?
Yeah, I
cool.
That's
Thanks so
fine.
much. You're awesome. He comes over and gives you a little tap on the shoulder. Love you. Gives you a little kiss on the head. See you at school. And walks out the door.
Yeah. Dress first.
Of course.
And normal morning routine. Mom's probably cooking away. We're finishing up breakfast, probably getting our own lunch together, probably.
Probably,
her own,
exactly, yeah.
say, office job. I'm gonna get the papers, but I have an opportunity here. I wonder if I could skim through them real quick, see what like some of the major headlines are.
Yeah, sure. So the papers, right? You know the main paper of Lapis City is a paper called the Lazuli Chronicle. And you look at the paper, most of them are just like ripped or like torn because he's obviously used it for a paper mache diorama that he's using for some class, maybe home ec or some nonsense like that, or art class. But you do see the sort of front page of a paper that sort of catches your eye, actually. It's from the 3rd of June, 1995, and it's got sort of two main articles, one on the left side and one on the right side. The left side article says Chancellor Otomo to meet with Chai-Go CEO. And the article on the right says 3 teens enter Azure Echo Forest. one returns, then dies. Which article do you want to read?
I'm actually already running late. I was hoping to like find something and like since those
Just
two
grab it and bring it with you if you wanted to.
That's what I was gonna do. Yeah, I was gonna rip them out, put them in. I should have a separate. She loves writing, so she has notebooks. I should have a
Absolutely,
separate
yeah.
notebook. I should have a separate notebook just exclusively on the weirdness that's going on and the missing kids and all that.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna shove an article in one of the random pages there.
Okay.
So that one notebook with like the 3 others that are probably in her bag,
Right.
and then grab the handful of papers and just toss them in the waste bin outside the building and on her way out.
Cool.
Running late, so yeah, she has to have the piece of toast in her mouth too. Trademark anime.
Choking.
And then
Okay, cool. So, I'd say nothing untoward happens beyond that particular encounter, but the 5 of you do see each other at school for the first period. Now it's Thursday, and unfortunately, just like yesterday,
Another pop quiz. Day?
it's a pop quiz day. Oh, crap. It is another pop quiz day. So let me move you to the school and bring on the pop quiz music. It's gonna happen.
Escuela.
I should thank you. You reminded me why I'm glad high school is over.
Hey, you know,
Yeah.
we all have reminiscences, good and bad.
Fair.
All right, let me bring you guys to the map screen.
I did
Boom.
not get enough caffeine for this.
So yeah, you guys all see each other in the front sort of congregation area there, and then you all go to your first class for Thursday. I think it's a B day.
History.
Yeah.
So your first class is history. And what are the particular choices that you can use for history here, folks, in order to pass your classes?
Academic or insight?
Your choice.
All
Both
right.
plus 4, so it doesn't matter.
Roll better. No. That's
There we go. All these nat 20s happening tonight here, folks.
not to me.
Sorry, Megan.
6.
These academics.
Well,
It should be 16 actually.
okay.
Because I have a +4.
Cool,
That's 2 successes. That's 2 successes, right?
Yes, natural 20 are 2 successes. Nat 1 are 2 failures. Cool. So,
History.
did we get all of our rolls in?
I'm coming in now.
Solid.
Sorry,
Thank
just
you.
checking with something.
No worries, no
Yeah.
worries.
It's 3.
Rose and Ray will be my
16.
Okay, so the DC for today's pop quiz is a 15. If you got lower than a 15, then that's a failure.
Ooh.
Count your failures and count your successes here, folks, for first periods.
Man, the Peloponnesian
Using
War
cards.
is next week. I told Anthony the wrong thing.
One of the things you notice, there's a couple people missing from class at roll call.
Who's missing?
Lacey,
Uh-oh.
because you saw her walking out of her class. You actually don't take classes with her because she's a year younger than you are.
Mhm.
But as you guys were walking into history class, you saw her sort of clutching her stomach and walking towards the nurse's station.
Oh no.
And then when you went into class, when calling roll call,
Uh-huh.
Carson. Remember Kiss Master Carson?
Yeah.
Absent.
That mean he's good at it, or is he just a big rock and roll fan?
He's got mono
Could be a little bit of both.
for sure.
No one gives someone named Kissmaster Carson. He gave that to him himself, most likely.
Exactly.
Very
I'm
distinct
glad.
possibility.
I'm glad you know that.
I heard a Kiss song today at work for like the first time in like ever, and it kind of blew my mind. I forgot they were a thing.
Oh wow.
Wanna rock and roll all night. Boss had it blasting because they were working on inventory.
Okay. Second period.
What's the like weird?
Science.
Science!
Okay. Oh crap! I've got to
Roll
start
that.
rolling a d6 for my stress points.
Oh yes, remember your stress
Oh,
points.
right.
Stress points and exhaustion points if
Right,
you have any.
6 on that one, so that's good. And then what is this? This is STEM or medicine.
Dirty 20.
Medicine's only +2, so
Nice.
12. What's the DC? 15?
15.
damn.
I'm gonna use my D4 bond that I have with my younger brother to try to pass this,
Okay.
because I've only got 12.
All right.
3, so yeah, 15. That'll
Nice.
make it.
That makes it. That's a success.
Damn, failed.
Okay, that's one failure.
Okay.
Pot of avarice as my failure.
Cool.
Actually.
This-
Did we get all of our rolls in? Are we good for that? For the second period?
I failed
Science?
before I had to roll.
Mr. Kilker,
What was
Dr. Kilker is very disappointed with some of you.
What was the rule for the stress point again?
Stress points removes, depending on how many stress points you have, it's like basically a penalty to your mental attributes.
Focus.
You roll the endurance die, you roll a d6. If you meet or beat your stress level, like say you have 2 stress points, if you roll a 2 on your d6, then it negates it and you ignore the penalty. But if you get like a 1, say if you
They
have
count.
2 stress points, then it's a -2 to whatever you roll.
Right on.
That's negative whatever your stress is, or just -2 flat.
Negative whatever your stress
stress
is.
So if it's 2, then it's -2.
Yeah.
3, -3.
So roll the
4, 3.
d6
Got it.
first to make sure.
Oh,
that-
I failed regardless. So.
Oh, that's fair.
Did it affect my natural 20 though?
No, because it's still. Actually, with a natural 20 with the stress points, I don't know. Actually, that's a good question. Do stress points if you have? I think if you roll a natural 20, you roll a natural 20. That's the way I'm going to play it.
Okay.
Stress or no? Nat 20 is a nat 20. Automatic
Oh, it's a
success.
nat 20, it's a nat 20, nat 20.
Nat 1 is a nat 1.
One D&D rules already.
I know. I'm already transitioning. Who knows? Stress doesn't
Stress
affect
doesn't
the natural
affect
20. Thank you,
20,
Loot Bunny.
20.
Look at that. Boom. All right. Any more periods in our
Do the creator.
in our first area? In our
Oh.
first section? That's it. Lunchtime, right?
No, we got
Foreign-
foreign
Oh
language.
yeah,
Foreign
foreign
language.
language. I'm sorry. I thought there were only 2 periods. 2
3 and
classes in
2,
the
right.
first period. All right. So
Was
let's.
it 3 and 3 or 3 and 2? I don't have the thing in front of me.
I think it's 3 and 2.
3 and 3.
3 and
3
3.
and
3
It was 3 and 3.
3 and
It was
3.
3 and 3.
Staring at it.
Cool. 3 and 3. So
Yeah,
we
you're
got
brutal.
foreign
That's why
language.
test suck.
Monsieur Bernier is teaching you all French.
What's the skills for it?
Academic.
Academic
Arts or investigation.
Yeah. Investigation. I like that. Like investigation for foreign
How well,
language.
how well can you read through the book real quick?
Yeah.
It is a pop quiz.
14.
Breaking down Romance languages from
14.
SourceLab.
21.
21.
no.
That's a nat 1. That's minus 2.
Is you know what?
I got an 18, but oh nope, I'm good. Stress didn't get affected. So
Fantastic.
18.
I'm gonna try and use my bond ability with my sister.
Well, it's not going to
And
affect the
no,
nat
that's
1.
not gonna matter.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not gonna.
Nat 1's
yeah.
and nat 20s, right?
Nope.
I guess
Yikes.
say the same thing. I'm gonna use my second golden rose. Or success. Nice.
Cool. All right.
I'm using cards to keep track.
Oh man, Dayen, you totally fucked up that whole
Yep.
French quiz.
I wasn't prepared for this many pop quizzes.
Voulez-vous coucher? Omelette du fromage?
I'm letting you
Bibliothèque.
flummox.
Biblioteca? Wait, that's Spanish.
Où est la biblio? No, damn it. Too many cognates. All right. Third period's over. Guys are through. It's Thursday, right? You got one more day till Friday. You just gotta focus. Gotta focus. Got one more day to the end of the week. No
It is
pressure.
Thursday.
No pressure. It is Thursday. That's right. Lunchtime. Let's go to the lunchroom. Y'all pack into the lunchroom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll a d5. I know, what? There are 5? There's a d5? What the? 3. Okay. So, yeah, it would be Emmy. Emmy, as you're sitting down to lunch, those same 2 kids that you saw before talking about the discs,
Uh-huh.
They're talking to Yuna Song.
Okay.
Who's that girl that
Yeah.
runs the cafe with her grandfather that Dayen works at?
Yeah.
And they're looking at at that same newspaper article about that kid Levi Parker who disappeared. And Yuna's like, she's talking to the two kids. She sort of waves over at Dayen. She's like, "Hi, Dayen. That kid Levi, he was at my grandfather's shop on Sunday with that girl Lacey." And I mean, wow. I don't understand it. She's a little weird looking, but I mean, I don't understand why they would hang out together. But Lacey, she seemed really into him because she kept touching his biceps and blushing. Like, what? And the two kids are like, okay. Can we have lunch? And you're just like, oh, I'm sorry. And she just walks away.
I will go after Yuna. I'll be
Okay.
like, "Hi, Yuna. Emmy. I'm a friend of Dayen's. I've been to your store a couple of times. It's really cool. I like it. Did I overhear you saying something about you saw Lacey with the kid that went missing a couple days ago?"
Yeah, Levi Parker.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's really sad. I wonder, do you know if anyone has talked to her about whether she saw him, like, because she might be the last one that saw him before he went missing.
I guess so. I mean, I saw her in the nurse's office. She looked like she was about to throw up or something. She looked real sick, but I don't see her anymore. I don't know what's going on.
That's not great. Are you feeling okay? There's something going around,
I'm fine.
Okay, good.
Are you okay?
Oh, believe me, what I have, nothing can cure. And she just walks away.
She gives you that look like, huh?
Yeah, it's called anxiety, but no one will know about it for
20 years.
a couple more
Yeah.
years.
Yikes.
Yikes.
It's a panic attack. All right. I actually have a question for the five of you. You all have bonds with certain characters, certainly each other and stuff like that. But I'm going to ask if any of you have social points with certain characters. AKA, my question, I guess, rather bluntly, is do any of you have social points with Lacey? Some of you, I think, may. Justus does.
I do.
Does anyone else?
Nope, only NPC.
I don't think I actually took social points for it, but I have spent time with her. I don't know if that counts.
No, it doesn't count. As far as I'm aware, I don't think so. Although I'll have to check it. But how many social points do you have, Justus?
I just have one.
Just one.
Yeah.
Got a bunch with Carmen, and at
I'll
least
have to
started
look
getting a
up
few with Emiko.
social
That's it.
points in a bit. 'Cause I think you do get social points for certain activities. Oh,
Yeah.
wow, there's a lot.
We would get social points with each other if we hung out after school more often.
Yep.
Yeah.
And hanging out with NPCs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I got a couple with Emiko now.
Okay.
So, I don't have any with Lacey, but I have some with Bianca.
Okay.
One.
Ew.
Just looking at the
Okay.
social points tables here.
Are we adding that to the shipping flow chart? Carmen.
This is gonna look like a crazy word bubble by the time we're done with this.
It's gonna be a love quadrangle at the end of it.
You do. It looks like when you
Like a
do
Jackson
stuff
Polkane.
when you do stuff during free time with another Magi-Knight, you get social points with them, if you remember.
Yeah.
Some of you have, and some of you have not, so it's worthwhile.
Got at least one with all of us. Then Justus and I are on track team together, so.
That's true. Some of you
So
are granted certain social tactics at higher levels, but you don't have to worry about that quite yet. Okay, sounds good. Everybody should be getting at least 1 social point per free time phase. Well, we've had 3 free time phases, but I guess let's talk about this then. How many of you have spent free time with Lacey multiple days in a row?
Just one. I don't know if we've done multiple days because she was just here, but
Okay.
We hung out with her yesterday at the arcade, no?
Some
no,
of you did.
that was just me.
Yeah, one of you
Just
did.
you?
But
Okay.
you also have
was
the
just
very
him, yeah.
first day.
Yeah, I just want to sort of make sure we're
yeah.
calculating the amount of social points that we've got Lacey correctly. Justus, I think you did get one of those Mashi dolls
That's what it was.
Yeah.
for her, correct?
Yeah, that was the most recent one. Before that was following the Dayen and I doing a Tekken match before
Right.
talking to Lacey.
Okay. But you did
and
get
I
her
think-
the plushie, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
I-
then you should have 3 social points just for that alone with her.
Okay.
Dope.
And then every day that you spend your free time phase with her, that gives you another social point.
Okay, so. Alright.
So think about that. We're only literally we're on the 4th day, folks. So however many days that you spent with certain NPCs, aka Dayen, for example, with Yuna, Verity,
Yeah, Yoon and Mr. Song
exactly.
are my NPC
You should
points
get
right now.
social points with those characters for every time that you spend a free time phase with them.
And with other Magi-Knights, right?
Do
Yeah.
I get one with
Okay.
Do I get one with Mark Poulter?
Yes,
So-
you did.
For detention.
So I've
Okay.
spent every
Good.
free time period with either Verity or Emmy, but I think I've spent every free time period with Emmy so far.
Okay. So social points and of course your bond.
So that's up to 3 for us.
Okay.
Okay.
So Justus, how many total
No,
do you
heavens.
have with our friend Lacey?
I think with the new calculation, I want to say 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got 3
Only
for the one.
3?
You
I thought that you spent
day
another
with
free
her.
time
You should have
phase
at
with
least
her as
4,
well.
I think.
Well, you get
Because-
3 for the.
Because one of them was a detention. One of my free times was detention.
That's right.
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 I'm trying to remember what the other one was because there was day 2 in
I think
between.
that was your
So,
Okay.
yeah, the first day you went to the arcade, the second day you had detention, the third day you went
Third day
back to the
was-
arcade.
Okay.
So that
we're
should
on
be
day
4
now.
So you should have 4 with Lacey then.
3
Didn't
for
you-
the one time you won something.
Plus
That's
1.
the
Yeah.
one time.
One
And then
time, one
one-
time, and then 4. Okay, cool.
Yeah, 4.
Fantastic. I love it when
Numbers,
math works out.
math.
That's important for various reasons.
Oh dear.
Mm.
Although Loot
Yeah.
Bunny is saying that you should have 5.
Oh.
3 for winning, and then 2 more for the free time phases each time phase, right?
Oh, so you got 4 for that day.
So you
then.
got 4 for the
Wow.
whole day.
3
That's
winning
amazing.
and then the free time.
I love that.
All right, 5.
Which one of us is going to start to notice Justus looking a little sweaty?
Yeah. He's like,
It sucks.
where's Lacey?
He's just been running a lot of track.
Mm-hmm.
I completely agree. Okay.
We haven't counted lunch yet, right? Or
No,
anything,
we're
so-
still in lunch phase.
Still
We're
in lunch phase.
Okay.
You know.
Decide what I'm going to do.
So,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and look at the computer lab.
Okay, so you're
I
not
think-
going to do lunch?
No, I think I'm gonna. It'd be. I think it'd be like a full sort of investigation. I'm gonna try and go into the computer lab and make it look like I'm cramming for a session, but actually trying to like use my bracelet, move it around, and see if there's anything registering in the computer lab that might be like hidden somewhere.
Okay. That
It's
is,
possible.
I believe that's like basically like a cram. Yeah, lunchtime activities. You can do last minute cram session. I'd say that's like a last minute cram session. We'll do for that.
Okay,
So
but not get the DC reduction because I'm.
I
actually
will
trying to do
remove the
it.
DC reduction. Yeah, that's fine.
Perfect.
So you go to the computer lab and Mr. Appelwood is there. Bit of nods at you. Hey, how's it going there?
I'm trying to figure out how to use these things because they seem. What'd you say? The computers are the way of the future. I don't entirely understand, but like, can I like look at them and see how you're working them? Like, I want to understand how they work. Like, can you walk me through some of them here? And I'm going to try and use the whole thing as a cover to try and actually like get around the room and like subtly check the Magi bracelet and see if it's glowing and responding to whatever the guy was talking about.
Yep, you
when,
endure
Justus and I were
a
jumped.
15-minute conversation about such topics as RAM and ROM and hard disk.
I'd like to roll deception to prove that I'm paying attention to him or interested.
I don't think he cares at this point in time.
Fair.
He's been at the school for a very long time.
He'll mistake the disinterest for
yeah, fake.
What's the word?
Okay, interesting.
Um,
Monitors, CRT. I didn't know that's what that count was spelled for. As you sort of move your bracelet sort of out to stretch, you're like, oh yeah, check your bracelet. No glowing.
No glowing, no nothing. And we never got floppy-haired kid's name, right? It was just some kid in a...
Not that you're aware of.
Where is it? Where is the disc? Return. Stolen thing should be returned. Returned to the dead tether. Applewood knows, but no longer hears me.
So while Dayen is
Ow.
trying to figure out
Oh.
that puzzle, I'm gonna go ahead and say Carmen, Bianca
Hi.
de la Luna sort of comes up to you during lunch, and she smiles at
Oh,
you.
that's. I smile back.
And she says, so are you and Emmy still in the club?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I had such a great time at the club.
Yeah. Hey, did you hear that Carson Hanley was missing?
I didn't.
Yeah, like he's gone. He was kind of a jerk, but I mean, he's just like
Like,
no, he's
gone,
not.
or-
Yeah, like he's Listen, my friend Heather, who knows Jessica, she told Jessica. Jessica told me. Heather was in the office, and she said that the police were in the principal's office, and that she overheard the police saying that he was he just disappeared. He was in his room and he disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yeah,
That's
late
really
last night. He
strange.
hasn't even been seen since, and he's just gone.
I hope he's okay.
Yeah, me too.
You should be really careful yourself.
Oh yeah, I'm. I mean, we're gonna be fine. It's fine, right? It's just-
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean,
I'm
hey,
sure everything
listen.
will be fine.
And she like points at you and she says, "If Brad and Chad can do it, I can do it."
Well, I mean, you have us. You have me and Emiko, and so how would we word that? Would it be? Would it be Bianca, Carmen, and Emiko? And for Ghost Hunters?
Bianca, Carmen, and Emiko. How about Bianca, Emmy, and Carmen? BEC. We are Beck. We're
Bacon, egg,
Beck.
and cheese.
We should make T-shirts.
That's awesome. I don't know how to make t-shirts.
Oh, we can figure it out.
Okay.
Need us a
Somebody-
shirt.
All right. So, I didn't teach you or Emmy this yesterday because I didn't have time. But like, our club has a cool handshake. So you just got to make sure that you do the handshake and then you say the taglines that Brad and Chad always say, right?
Sure.
You
Can
watch
hold up my hand then.
You watch Ghost Hunters, right?
I haven't really seen much of Ghost Hunters.
Her smile immediately just like fades. She's like, "What?"
I'm just really busy. My parents aren't really home very often, so I have to take care of the house.
I have all of their shows on videotape, so it's cool. Do you have a VHS at home?
Yeah.
Okay.
You should come over sometime. We
That
could watch.
sounds amazing. We could like paint each other's nails and watch Ghost Hunters.
Yeah. You can play with my cat. So you allergic to cats?
You have a cat?
I have 3.
Oh my gosh. She bites her lip.
I think they'd like you.
I gotta go. And she turns to run. And just runs.
Emmy senses more awkward.
A sense of disturbance in the force.
He just is like, wait a minute, why do I feel like I'm going to be another third wheel? I don't know why, but it's
God.
tangible. I can feel it.
This is amazing. This is so fun.
So I have a question actually. I was actually gonna look for Bianca to spend my lunch with her.
Okay.
So I was gonna relax and eat with friends.
Yeah. So she probably like invites you over to her table, and you guys talk about that during lunch.
Awesome. So I have no stress. So I apparently gained 2 social points with her.
That's right. That's
Damn
amazing.
straight.
Heck yeah.
Very nice.
Well, I didn't do all the stressful things everybody else did.
Yeah, lucky you.
Hey,
I will always be salty about that, man. That's
So good. So good.
I'm just. Someone had to be responsible and make sure they all got home
I'm not
safely.
blaming you. Like, I'm not mad at you. You know what I mean?
True.
Who else wants to do stuff during lunch hour besides eating? You have lunchtime activities, of course.
Is it possible if I could go and see if Lacey is in the nurse's office?
Sure. Yeah. So you just going there after lunch, or are you going there during lunch, or?
I'll go during lunch. And if anything, I'll just go back and cram.
Okay. Yeah. You sort of run over to the nurse's office, knock on the door, look inside. Nurse Joy's there, but sort of looks over at you. She's got that white hat with the little red cross on it. Looks over at you. Hello, Justus. Are you feeling well?
I'm doing okay. Miss Joy, just wondering if Lacey was here.
Oh no, she went home very, very sick.
I see. Well, thanks. Hopefully she feels better.
Wait, I'm so sorry. You're Justus, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, she left this for you, and she passes you a piece of paper.
Thanks. I'm gonna open it, just peek to see what it is.
Okay. Written in pencil, it says, Justus, please meet me at my house tonight. Please come, and in caps, alone.
That's Rob.
Huh. Okay. Gonna fold that back up, put it in my pocket. Thanks, Miss Joy.
All right. Everything okay?
Yeah. Great.
All right. She smiles, and then you shut the door.
Mm-hmm. All right. Deep breath, and then go back to the lunchroom, and I'm going to try to take my mind off of things by cramming mathematics.
All right. So you can now reduce one of your classes by 4.
Yep.
said math, so.
Mathematics is going to be crammed. 'Cause
Mathematics.
I am not failing that one again.
Okay. Fair.
Watch it happen.
Let me just check my things. Okay. Yes. Okay, cool. I think at this point in time, lunch is beginning to be sort of, you see all the lunch people sort of like putting all the trays. You hear like the 5-minute warning bell for next periods of classes. I think.
Emmy wakes up from the lunch nap she took.
Power
She
nap.
sleep face down on the table.
That's like a relax and eat with friends or power nap. Oh yeah, so you get to
Power nap.
remove 2
Oh,
stress
power
points.
nap.
Yeah, power nap.
Power nap.
Love it. Amazing. I think Verity, during lunch, you take out those 2 articles from the newspaper.
I'm gonna read them.
Okay. Which one do you want to read first?
The Children of the Woods one first. That's
Children in the Woods. Well, luckily they're both on the same page, so I'm just gonna give them to you. So I'm gonna show them to you, and then I will read them both. Okay. All right. Lazuli Chronicle. 3rd of June, 1995. 3 teens enter Azure Echo Forest. 1 returns, then dies. During the last day of May, search and rescue parties were formed when 3 families reported that their sons went missing late that night. Apparently, 3 teen youths, Eric Miller, Peter Smithson, and Heath Bookman, never came home that night, and LCPD were sent to investigate. After conferring with locals, it was determined that they had ventured into Azure Echo Forest earlier that day, but had never returned home. Local authorities have issued repeated warnings to Lapis City residents that the Lazuli Triforest areas are no place for people to be wandering after hours. Due to grisly attacks from wildlife and rampant disappearances, all but the most direct campsites have been shut down by Lazuli Park rangers. Search and Rescue spent 4 consecutive days searching for the missing teens before finally returning empty-handed to the heartbroken families. However, it wasn't until the boys were written off as lost to the forest that Peter Smithson emerged from Azure Echo Forest alone. The boy was cleared by medical personnel before being sent home to his joyous parents, Ralph and Heidi Smithson, who kept him home for 3 days. They reported everything that had been coming along slowly and that Peter refused to talk about anything that had happened in the forest. The scratches and cuts to his uniform and skin suggested that he had been running through bushes and trees for some time. The story ends even more tragically, however. Ralph and Heidi Smithson reported that at the end of the 3rd day of Peter's return, they went to check on him in his room and found him asleep, but not breathing. The family held a funeral and buried their son 5 days later. The Smithson family has asked that the public give them privacy and time to mourn through this difficult time. They mentioned, however, that Peter had written a journal entry earlier on the night of his death, which explained that he was planning to return to school the following day to retrieve his missing disc. The parents could provide no insight into this matter, and our own investigations divulged nothing relevant. The LCPD has chalked it up to, quote, yet another mystery of Lapis City. Officials once again ask the public to stay away from the Lazuli Triforest area. And now the next article, and this is where we're going to stop after this, for a break. Chancellor Otomo to meet with Chigo CEO. Chinese company Chigo has asked Lapis City's own Chancellor Otomo, once a revered Japanese diplomat, to visit their company in Taiwan. It would be his first time leaving the United States since 1993. We've received the invitation, so we will make arrangements, Penelope Duval, Chancellor Otomo's chief communications officer, said. She noted that the Chancellor had received the request to visit during a telephone discussion with CEO Wang Yi on Thursday. Quote, they are impressed with Chancellor Otomo's progress with his private university on foreign soil, Duval said. Quote, in addition to him being an old friend of the CEO's financial juggernaut Chigo, next year will mark the 30th anniversary of the normalization of business relations between Otomo and Wang Yi. The two were stated as saying that their aims were to, quote, build constructive and stable Japanese-Chinese-American relations, especially in regards to educational institutions. Chancellor Otomo, his Vice-Chancellor Walker, and his educational ministers will consider when to visit Taiwan in the near future. There are a slew of issues between instituting other educational reforms, especially on foreign soil. But they seem hopeful for the future, especially in the higher echelons of academic learning. And although the second article didn't seem to be too dramatic or shocking, it certainly lets you know what's going on behind the scenes, as Chancellor Otomo and Principal Walker were specifically stated in what's going on here at Frost Peak. The first article, however, Verity. The hairs on the back of your neck stand up as soon as your eyes cross over the words, his disc.
It's missing disc.
And as you stand up and follow your friends out to second period, we're going to take a break. And we'll stop there for now, folks. We'll come back in, let's say, 5 minutes. How does 5 minutes hit you?
Thank you, bye.
Cool
Works
beans.
for me.
All right, we'll be back in 5 minutes, folks. Don't go away. More Magi-Knights right after this. All right, we're back. Okay. Time for second period classes. Let's see here. School days. All right, so what do we have on the docket for our second period classes here, folks?
Language arts.
Okay, let's bring it on.
What's that one?
Academic.
Oh, just academic.
Just
Okay.
Academic is 3.
Glad I got rid of my stress.
Damn straight. Otherwise, that would have been bad.
Only you.
Yeesh.
10 for Justus. Oof.
Oh, don't worry.
Here, Carmen.
6.
Nice.
Okay.
11.
17.
Nah,
Yes.
My list
19.
of fails.
Yeah, DC 15.
Here.
So failures are under 15.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and use the sister bond and do the D4 guidance.
Okay. You didn't use yours in first period, right? So
Correct.
cool. So go for it.
D4.
And I got
14.
what was that, 19 or
Close,
so?
but no cigar, sir.
Yep. That's next.
Yeah, 19. I rolled a 5 on my D6.
Beautiful.
Stress.
All right. So that's
Golden
chalking up to
Roses.
one success there. What period was that? Sorry, what class was that? I should say.
Fourth.
Language.
Language.
I thought you already had foreign language.
No, language arts.
Language
Chinese
arts.
Oh, this
English.
is language arts. Oh, so it's English. It's like creative writing, I guess.
Grammar,
very-
vocabulary. This is how you diagram
Oh.
a sentence.
Verity
my
should have
God.
excelled on this one then. No wonder I rolled a 19.
Yeah, Dayen with an 11. But Megan with a 6.
Distracted.
I'm gonna say Megan sort of gets the brunt of our language arts teacher here, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that she goes over to you, Emmy, and she goes, "Emmy, is everything okay? You're usually not like this."
Sorry, it's been a really tough first week.
Yeah, for all of us. Are you okay? Do you need some more sleep? You really need to sleep more. You're
do.
young. You're growing. You need to sleep more.
I do. I do need to sleep more. Thank you. That's good advice. I'm going to
Okay.
try to do that. I don't know why I sound like my nose is stuffed up all of a sudden.
Yeah,
but I
that's
do.
very strange. I never. That's fine.
There's something going around, and
She just takes a
I
tissue out of her like pocket and gives you a tissue.
Oh, thank you.
Oh god! Like all the kids go, ew.
It's a normal bodily function. You all do it too.
Okay. Amazing. I think that's it for that class.
Wait, do you hand the tissue back to her?
Oh, don't do that.
No, I do
no.
not.
Do
No,
not.
I do
Come
not.
on.
I am not that socially inept.
Save it for later.
Well, okay.
I do crumple it up and put it in my pocket where I will forget about it and stick my hand in my pocket later and then come away just touching snot. That is what it is.
God
It's
damn
gonna
it.
be crunchy and hard.
God damn it.
Ugh.
Yeah, gross.
Ugh. All right.
And then that anime shot of all of us just sort of in the corner in the background with the cloud eyes going, "What is she doing?" Slide whistle.
Okay.
Okay.
So, next class is
Math.
math. All right, here we go.
Justice is sad.
Mr. Toussaint.
Damn.
Hello, Justice.
Please roll better.
Oh, nope. It's worse.
Oh no.
I didn't do so
How?
well with math.
What are the
Ow!
I'm seeing a
What
lot
are the
of
skills again?
single-digit numbers here, folks.
Oh, yeah.
what are the skills for
Oh,
this one?
there's one more coming.
It's a
It's
STEM.
STEM.
STEM,
Not a
right?
day.
Just
Oh, of course, Justice gets a 21. He's got his he's like, pressure's on. It's like giant anime bead of sweat. Every one of his classmates are failing.
It's
And
like, yeah.
go ahead.
It's like Yagami in that scene where he sets his death note. It's just like I'm just going through the page.
Yes. Amazing. So good.
I dropped that sucker off like 10 minutes before everyone else does.
And everyone's just like looking, like staring at you as you like go to the front of class, and you just pass it to your dad with like the no look, like
dunk.
yeah,
Just staring at him.
and he
unblinkingly.
just goes, just like a single nod
Yep. And out the door.
out the door.
Good.
Oh man, you guys screwed the pooch hardcore on this
Yeah,
No, I didn't. No, I did not.
one. Okay, that's true. You did not.
Carmen is currently trying to think about the logistics of having more than one person sleeping over her house. So,
Oh.
We did
Oh,
too.
my.
I mean, yeah, but you know, she's
One of them
known
was
Verity
Verity,
for a
doesn't
while.
count.
Well, that's not.
Doesn't count.
Well, I think she'd probably invite Verity too.
Sure. Make it happen.
I meet them for the first time.
Just have a slumber
Not
party
know
and call a
what's
spade
going
a
on.
spade, right? Just do it.
Exactly.
All right.
Emmy's now convinced herself that she actually has a cold and is just sitting there distracted, being like, "Why do I sound like this? Oh my god, am I actually sick? Oh no, I think I'm actually sick."
What is it called when you it's psychosomatic? When you
Yeah.
when you are so
Yeah.
like think your way into illness? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Good job. Way to go, Emmy.
It's her superpower.
She's psychosomatic.
She is the shaper. That's her style of magic.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
Last class of the period, end of the day.
I at least pass one.
What is that class?
Computers.
Computers.
Ah, okay.
Dayen should be great at this.
Diane, you go back up.
Please
I
roll
will
that.
Mr.
say-
Applewood, he's like, "Oh, hey, hello again there, Diane. I hope that my introduction to the fantastic world of computer arts has changed your mind about
Oh, thank God.
I know this teacher. I very much understand this
I
mentality.
want to see how the dice tell a story here. Let's go.
That's
Yep.
Make
20.
it happen. Nat 20. Maeve.
That's
What-
my third
Nice.
one.
That
of
is
the
your
night.
third
In
Nat 20
terrible.
in the game. Could you
I'm
stop?
not gonna get any.
Stop.
I'm not gonna get any tomorrow.
Stop fucking with the dice.
I
Honestly,
know.
Escape
stop
for
fucking
four.
with the dice.
So that. Ooh, but I gotta roll the. Ah!
Penalty. All
It
right.
reduces to 15. What was the DC again?
15. So that's a pass.
Freaking go!
Jesus.
Verity needed this win. Verity needed these wins.
All right, folks. It's time to total up your scores for the first period and the second period, because that's what you get. So, first period first period classes, I should say. Do successes and failures for that, please, and then we're gonna do it again for second period.
Oh.
Okay? Because we don't do it all in one shot. We do them in sections. So let's go with first period. How did you guys do in first period? Let's talk about how many successes. 3 or more successes first period. Raise your hand. Verity. I'm talking first period, right? The first 3 classes.
Yeah,
Just making sure.
I
Just
rolled
making
a
sure
nat 20.
everybody's
That
aware.
was 2.
That's
I
right.
rolled nat 20.
Cool.
2, and then I failed 1, but then I got another one.
All
So
right.
there you go. 3 and 1.
All right. So
Well, wait. You have to subtract them though.
Oh, do I?
yes,
Yeah.
3 minus 1 is a 2.
Okay, so then 2 and then okay,
Okay, so 2 successes.
that's fun, but still.
Still pretty good. All right, so the result of that is for 2 successes. Sorry, I gotta find that shit. I have to figure out what table that's on.
Possibly get 3 then. Maybe get 2 or 4.
Give me 1 second here, folks.
Page 90.
Thank you. You're the best. Beautiful. 2 successes. You're naturally talented. Remove a stress point. Verity. How about 2 successes? Anybody?
In the first half?
In the first half?
It's the first half.
Okay, same thing. Remove a stress
no,
point.
no, sorry, 1. Sorry.
1. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so with one success or 0 successes,
Yeah,
you're
mine
doing
cancels to
okay,
0.
but things could be better. No change. How about negatives? We're going for -1s first half of the
That's
day.
me.
All right. Well, unfortunately, you're going to gain a stress point.
Crap. Just got rid of them.
Yep.
Alright.
Well, that's the first half of the day.
Don't worry. More's coming.
Oh yeah, second half of the day.
All days are coming. Days are
Second
coming.
half. All right, so that was the first half of the day. Second half of the day. 3 or more. Second half of the day. You got 3 or more
succeeded all
successes
three.
second half of the day?
Succeed on all 3. No failures.
thing.
Okay, well, if you got 3 successes, then you remove 2 stress points because you have a bright future ahead of you. Verity.
Only had one left.
Beautiful. 2 successes. Second
I have
half.
2.
Yeah, that removed 1 stress point.
I don't have any.
Fantastic. 1 or 0, no change. Any negatives second half of the day? Oh, Jesus. Minus
Negative
1?
one.
Negative 1? How about you, Justus?
-1.
All right, -1, gain a stress point.
Megan?
If you have a -3, other than considering taking up smoking, because if, you know.
You had a -3 second half of the day?
I failed all 3 classes.
Fuck, why is
Second
school
half
so
of the day.
hard, Emmy? You failed
So
so...
she's in a love pentangle now. She doesn't have time to study.
Okay, so here...
Oh my god.
Mom is going to kill me. She raised me to be better than this.
So
I heard there's so many pop quizzes in the first 4 days of school.
No!
Yeah, what the hell, man?
We're not time to teach
Hey,
us anything.
you know what? Complain to the principal. I don't give a fuck.
Principal's just rolling dice in her
We
office.
literally had 1 day of class, and then they were like, "Yeah, pass this."
Well, you only had that much to fucking remember. What's wrong with you? I sound like a real parent, don't I?
Yeah.
Really
It's like I've had practice doing this. All right.
Mm.
All right, so hit me. What do I? How many?
Well,
what do I
Emmy,
take?
you have failed so miserably that you feel physically ill.
Oh, hey!
Hey.
You gain exactly that. It all makes sense. You gain 2 stress points
Oh, God.
and an exhaustion point.
Ah, fuck. All right.
So how many stress
Go
points
right-
do you have currently?
3,
And how many exhaustion points do you have?
1.
Okay. And how many trauma points do you have?
Charm points?
Trauma.
Trauma.
Oh, trauma points. I have none. None trauma.
Who had the trauma? Somebody had the trauma. Oh,
That was
Justice.
Justice. That was Justice. He was the one that was
Oh,
grabbing.
man. Right. How many trauma points you got, Justice?
I got 2.
Okay.
Oof.
I thought someone said they had 6 trauma points.
No, I think
Like
that Emmy
stress points.
stress points.
That
Yeah.
one.
Stress points.
He almost got
I
six.
spent all night and all day working that out, only to then immediately
Get like half of it back.
Oh my goodness.
Literally 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
That's what happens when opposites attract. All right, so
equal and opposite reaction.
Can I, Matt, before we move on too further, can I actually follow up my lunchroom in the computer lab with one thing while I'm in the computer class?
absolutely.
Is there a lost and found in the computer lab?
That's not a bad point. Maybe not in the there's like a lost and found in the whole school, not necessarily in the computer lab.
Okay. I'm trying to think, and I'll walk you through. I'm trying to connect how it's connected to Applewood, that this missing student, who is very clearly now some sort of ghoster mid-between realms that was jumping out at Justice, or something that happened, whatever, how he was turned from post-forest stuff, is muttering these things and connecting with the disfigured face. So if it's a missing disc, and we think it might be an actual disc, Dayen's logic on this would be, he's walked me through nothing is setting off a thing, which means it's not spectral. It's not from Kirix's side of the veil. But if there was something, short of just confronting the teacher and having a conversation where I don't know all the pieces, I think he's going to try and be like, he's very stubborn, thinking that when he hears missing disc, he assumes computers, right?
Patrick.
And so he's going to try and go looking for it.
I'm going to do this
So-
for you. Patrick, I'm going to do this for
Yeah.
you because I'm a nice guy. Your character is potentially smarter than you are. Potentially. So go ahead and make an intelligence check for me, please.
I can do this.
You got this. You got this. We believe in you. We
Yeah.
believe.
Into 3, so 12.
With a 12, Mr. Appelwood doesn't just teach computers.
So the disc could be in home economics. Okay.
He
Search
doesn't
and just
teach
search
home
dead
economics.
No? What is that?
Damn.
Shop. It was shop.
That means Applewood isn't bacon.
Sorry.
Can I go to the file search also before we leave and just type in dead tether and see if anything comes up?
File search.
Yeah. On one of the...
In the computer lab.
It's a
computer
World
lab.
Wide Web,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, what is this? This is 1995. There's no
Yeah.
internet really that much.
No. I'm not looking on the internet. I'm looking on the actual computer. Like, you go to the start
Okay.
menu and you go to search and, like, I'm just gonna type in dead tether and see if anything comes back.
Okay.
Wait,
go-
would the computers be networked together?
Yeah,
Who
it'd be a
knows?
LAN.
It doesn't really matter.
I don't know.
We're not that nerdy. Emmy goes ahead and goes to start C:/CD dir. It's a DOS. It's a DOS prompt. It's Windows 95. It's Windows 90 fucking 5, people. Come on.
So,
God.
can I help her with this? Since I had such a good role in computers.
I mean, you're probably like
I
telling
wrote
her it's like, no,
funny.
this is how you hold a mouse. I'm just kidding.
Well, I know she failed the class, so
Yes,
like
she did,
seeing
and that's
her-
why you're like, God, move, and you like
Possibly
toss her.
failed
It's
it
like,
because of this.
type. You type in, then you do a quick search based on your parenthetical knowledge, really, Carmen, of computers. There's no file that has anything to do with that phrase. Dead tether.
Where's the chat?
So what's a dead tether?
No. It's
We don't know.
No. Oh, okay. And as they're leaving class, Emmy fills Carmen in on what happened last night when she was walking the group home. Which apparently we forgot to tell you.
Oh
fine.
God!
What do you
fine.
mean? What happened?
I would have told her when because she was waiting outside for me mostly that night. I would have told her like.
Let me fill you in. What happened?
I believe it just
There was
happened.
this thing and this guy, and he totally grabbed Justus, and Justus freaked out, and he had a weird face, and then here.
Yeah, I'd give her the yeah. That's all right. Goddamn.
Is there a tetherball thing on the playground?
Oh.
Is there a tetherball thing on the playground?
No.
I don't know.
Nope.
Damn.
No tetherball.
High school. Do we have a playground?
Oh no! Wait.
Oh, no,
I think I figured some of it out. Okay.
Actually, yeah. Once we're done with class and like on our way heading out, I actually do want to fill everyone in on the article I found.
Speaking of tethering, I may or may not have invited you to a sleepover. You know,
Talking to me or her?
Emmy.
What?
Yeah.
We're having a sleepover?
Yeah, we're gonna. I guess we're gonna watch some.
Some what?
Carmen just trails off. We're gonna watch some.
Cut out. And it
Oh,
cuts
no,
off.
I think Maeve might have frozen.
And
Yeah.
I
she-
really
Right.
don't know.
Oh,
that much
Carmen
about
did
that.
freeze. Maeve just froze.
Hold on,
Damn.
you froze. So
Damn.
you trailed off it. We're gonna watch some.
It's catching up. It's catching up now.
I don't know what the hell. Yeah, anyway, so I don't know what happened there. I guess I just froze up. But yeah, so we're gonna watch some tapes of Brad and Chad. I guess Bianca has everything taped.
Oh.
Yeah.
If she doesn't, then I can also bring mine. I'm like a whiz with my family's VCR. True story. But I don't know if my mom's gonna let me do another sleepover on a school night. Can we do it like Friday night?
Yeah. Well, Saturday maybe not. My dad's usually home on Saturday. It's the only day I really get to see him.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Cool.
Cool.
Yeah. That's. I mean, Bianca seems nice.
Yeah, she seems
That-
really nice.
Is that Jessica girl gonna be there? She's.
Oh no, she said Jessica is terrible and we
Oh,
shouldn't
okay.
ever like Jessica.
Oh, I mean.
She called her the B word.
Wait, what?
It sounds like beach.
Oh, that B word. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Wait, do we get a beach episode? Yet.
Oh my
We
god.
gotta make it. It is July. We could.
It's true. True
Well,
fact.
I mean, you have your car, right? So
No, it's totaled. My
I-
car got totaled.
we just need to find an adult
Story
that
there.
will
Yeah.
trust us with their car, since you can drive.
I can.
Yeah, we
drive.
just if they ask your car is in the shop, you didn't
Yeah, no, I didn't get in a life-altering accident that almost killed me and my brother. No, that's not
Yeah,
something
no,
that happened. And
I
now
mean,
I'm not,
you didn't die.
eternally bound to servanthood as a spectral thing.
Yes, just
All
like
right,
I'm
there
not
was a story
forever
there.
banned from the zoo. You know,
That's fair.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Totes.
Totes.
Christ.
Haunting, yeah.
Dayen.
Someone pull the ripcord on that.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
Yep.
I was like, I'm right here.
No, give it a moment. Let it all go.
Yeah.
No. So theoretically, how much time would I have between the end of school and having to go to the cafe?
Probably like half an hour.
Great. I'm gonna run to the wood shop, and I want to do the same thing, but not with the computer lab,
Okay.
because I think Dayen / me and my intelligence check might have figured out that the dead tether might be because the wood shop might be involving trees from the forest where people go fucking missing. It's an idea.
It's an idea.
Not a huge.
And I'm
stretch.
gonna
Not a huge jump.
I'm gonna call from
Just a
I'm
jump
gonna I'm
to
gonna
the-
call for
Wait.
Kirix and have him run around too and see if maybe he can't find something for me.
Did
Like if he and I are running and no one else can see him, we can divide the efforts and maybe he knows what to look for.
Verity share that information?
No, he's figuring that out himself. I was
Okay.
actually about to share not only the information of the article, but there was actually something I pieced together
Oh.
too from reading the article.
Shoot, there's something I have to share too, but you go ahead.
Okay, yeah.
But no, he's right. Verity didn't actually share.
No
you're
sharing.
Right.
No sharing of
Yeah,
anything
there was
has
no
been
sharing
had.
yet. There was no
not
sharing
yet.
yet.
But yeah. That
I'm gonna
I
share
do
with
like-
everybody.
Yeah, but so what I'm going to share is like the entirety of the article. Give you guys a quick little the Cliff Notes version. But the big thing is, he said the kid that died afterwards, that survived the forest but then died afterwards. Peter, what was the last name again? Smithson. Yeah, it's Peter Smithson.
Mhm.
He had wrote in his journal that he was planning on returning to school the following day to retrieve his missing disc.
Ooh.
This implies, well, Verity is able to piece together that the disc is somewhere in the school. And
Oh, good call.
and the big thing too, these guys were students at the school since this was before like this semester that just started, which means that they were students last year. Verity wants to find last year's yearbook, find these 3 kids, get their pictures, and Justus. I think we might be able to point out if one of them is actually
Picasso.
like
Mm.
Picasso face that we met that
That's
we
a good idea.
pleasure meeting
That's
last
smart.
night. Because if we can ID if it was Peter, the one that died afterwards, that's one thing. But if it was one of the missing kids, then we'd I might give us something else.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, she has a notebook for that. She has
No doubt.
she has a whole notebook for that.
Don't
Like
give-
this thing, she's attaching pages instead of gluing.
She's just like ripping them out and just like taping them onto walls in the hall.
It's all in the notebook to keep her with her. She doesn't do the whole corkboard thing. No, she just has it all in her notebook.
It's like that scene
Extra
from like,
pages ripped out to fold over other ones to bookmark them together.
that scene with Everything Sunny in Philadelphia where it's like, that gif that's like, with
Yeah.
like all the people with like the fucking red strings, like, look at all this shit.
That's gonna be for shipping later, but no,
Alright.
all her information's gonna be all in her notebooks.
Cool.
She's gonna have like flyers and everything. By the end of this, she's gonna have flyers and everything like spilling out of the thing.
Oh Lord. Okay.
I
stickers
love
and
how
glitter.
we've embraced the shipping, by the way.
Yes.
She has a separate notebook for that.
Not to love.
That's totally fine. Trapper keepers abound. Dayen, you head down to the woodshop.
Yeah. After telling
Now-
people my idea and saying that there's nothing that we can quite tell in the computer lab about a missing disc.
That's fine. Where would we go for a yearbook? I would assume the library.
Library.
I'm
Yeah.
go to the library. Yeah.
I mean, we could also check the gym frisbees or anything. Their discs.
This isn't Tron.
It doesn't need to be Tron.
I'm
Frisbees are
I'm
discs.
just fucking with you.
He's
I'm
being
fucking
facetious. He's being
I'm fucking-
facetious.
You could potentially go and to the gym and
For his discs.
start looking for
Okay.
frisbees. I'm all right with that.
I think
Carmen and Emmy could do the frisbee thing if you guys want, and then I can just drag Justus too.
I think the 2 leads that we have with the woodshop and the checking the yearbook are probably, no offense, Carmen, but I think it's probably more concrete than searching for random frisbees.
Ooh, if we happen to, in worst case scenario, even if Justus can't ID who it was, we can see Peter and see if he has any extracurricular activities to narrow down the search.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I mean, so who wants to go to the library to look at the yearbooks?
That's definitely me.
And
Verity
I
and,
think Justus
Verity
should
and Justus
go.
definitely, because he has to ID.
Yeah.
Potentially ID.
Okay, well, I don't
Damn.
think any of us should really be going much anywhere alone, so I guess I'll go with Dayen. So.
Just a reminder.
I'll say, come on, Sniffles, and grab your wrist.
Just a reminder to Sniffles. Just a reminder to Justus. You did get that note.
Yes. How long do you think this would take us? I gotta go somewhere after school.
Where?
Where do you have to go after school?
I'm gonna be checking up on Lacey. She apparently went home sick, so want to make sure she's okay.
I mean, do you want to have someone come with you?
Yeah, we can go with you directly after.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
But you're opting to go alone to this?
Well, I didn't see the Picasso-faced person, so I mean, I'll go wherever.
I love this. This game actually rewards you for splitting the party.
Mm-hmm.
Who knew?
Yes, encourage the most horrible thing you should never do.
Especially with all these
Friendship
horrific
bonuses.
Especially with a thing like stress and exhaustion.
I love
being
it.
a huge thing.
This is my favorite game of all time. Split the party, give everybody stress and exhaustion and trauma, and face them off against Cthulhu monsters, and then put them in high school. I mean, this could be my
directly afterwards.
I mean, my heart is exploding with joy, in so many ways.
Okay. Oh, this game is horrible, and I love it.
Let's put all these in quotes on your box art, right? This game is horrible, and I love it, and my heart is exploding with joy. Let's break this up into smaller groups here.
All right.
Carmen, who are you going with?
I mean, I guess I'll go to the library.
Cool.
I
Library.
feel like that's probably what I'd be
No
better
problem.
at.
Library group, raise your hand.
Yeet.
Verity, Carmen.
Yep.
Emmy,
Are you gonna?
Woodshop.
your woodshop. So we have the woodshop group, and then we have the library group. Justus, did you decide that you were going to just...
Is there any way I could go to the library group and then hit Lacey's house?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I'd like to do that then.
Absolutely. All right.
You
So
just need an ID. We just need to double check the ID of
Yeah.
the three names. I have their names and last names, so it should be easy to find them in the freaking index. And then, worst case, we'll just have to we'll figure it out. It's fine.
Right.
Then you can go to your date.
Before we split up, Emmy's just gonna look at Justus and say, I know we kind of mentioned it in passing the last time, but like if something's going on with that bunny, if you can get the bunny away from her, then we might, I don't know, something might happen.
Justus, when you
So-
hear that, in your mind, it sounds plausible. Something like tickling in the back of your mind says you shouldn't do that.
Why don't we take away the bunny?
Because, like, the thing, remember the things that we know, and Carmen, like, not Carmen, sorry, Verity was in communication with that Rissy thing, and her bunny's name is Rissy. So the bunny, if it's like if it's having some sort of like magical influence on her, if we can get her away from the bunny, then we might actually be able to figure out more. Because we know that this Rissy thing that's happening is not good.
If
Like that's
there's
I mean, Risty could just also be someone else.
could be, but we know for a fact that it's also the bunny. So, just
Listen,
think about it.
I
Think
mean,
about it. That's all I'm asking.
sure, but I'm just saying, I went to the arcade and I checked the watch and nothing came up, so...
Get it?
Okay. Carmen, Verity, Justus, head to the library. When you reach the library, the librarian looks at the three of you and says, I'm sorry. We are closing for the end of the day in about 15 minutes.
50 minutes.
Oh, so we don't
That's
need
fine,
long.
That's
We're
fine. We only need 10.
Yeah, so we're actually doing an extracurricular activity. We need to learn more about some of the students that were, like, we need to just find out more about the students from
Mrs.
previous
Dixon,
years.
who's the librarian, who's the head librarian, she like just puts her hands up, sort of an old weathered hand, lines on her face, big thick glasses, and she sort of looks at you sternly and she says, 15 minutes. Please be quiet. And then she points you in the direction of the reference section.
We'll be medium sneaky.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Mona Lisa Saperstein.
Okay, Carmen, Verity, and Justus. Unless, Justus, you're just along for the ride. It's up to you.
I mean, I'm dead to just ID the guy, because I got a good look at
Fair.
Mr. Picasso.
Fair. So then I'll make this a Carmen and Verity roll then. Carmen and Verity, go ahead and make, let's see, references, library use. This is not Call of Cthulhu. The libraries are academic arts. No, and fuck it, investigation check. Duh, of course.
Can I do something different that is investigation?
Carmen looks down at her investigation.
Investigation.
-2. Can I try something that I don't suck at?
Could I use perception to try to find what I need?
I'm going to say investigation because you were searching for something. But thank you. I appreciated the attempt.
Well, I'll still roll anyway.
Right on.
See what happens. That's
Hey, not
bad.
Not bad. I'd say, though, that Verity finds it first. Verity, you find last year's yearbook. You leaf through it. Justus is looking over your shoulder. Carmen,
All right.
you sort of like look over at Verity as Verity's like, I found it. And Verity, you find last year's Frost Peak Academy class of, let's see if this was 1995. You guys are juniors.
1994.
This would be class of 1994.
No, they would be 95.
Junior
because
class
we're
of
graduating.
1994. Junior class of 1994.
Because we started this year, that means we're graduating. Oh no, the class that
started
started this year would be
In
graduating
July,
next year.
though.
Started a little earlier than normal.
We're not going to belabor this. It's last year's class.
It was the first week of school. So
Stop
it's a year.
magic knighting everything. It's Magi-Knights. Work with me.
Logic bad.
My
Magic
nose.
good.
My brain is bleeding out my nose. You find the pictures of these 3 kids.
Eric Miller, Peter Smithson, which is the big one, and Heath Bookman.
Yeah. Just as you look at the picture of Peter Smithson, you squint your eyes. And if the mouth wasn't over here and more in the center, and the eye wasn't placed over on the right side of the head and placed where they should be, and horribly deformed, and hair not so matted and sweat stained and much more pleasant looking and happier, it would be a dead ringer for the guy that you saw last night.
Just take a deep breath, because I also had several dreams of seeing this face in even more crazy configurations.
It was the one dream several times.
Mm-hmm.
It made a difference.
Yeah. But I just go, yeah, that's him. That was the guy.
Jump cut to Emmy and Dayen walking into the wood shop. It's dark. Nobody here. Door's open, though, because the tools are all locked up. The jigsaws and bandsaws are all locked in place. Can't be turned on. Smell of wood, pine, glue, sawdust, paint. Floor is spattered with the remnants of probably years, if not decades, of variety of materials. What are you doing?
Checking the wristband and seeing if it's glowing in any direction when I start to wave it around.
Make an investigation check with advantage.
Avantage.
Both of us
Investigation
or just
is
him?
Both of you.
3.
You probably see him start waving his thing around and get the idea of what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
17.
15.
Dayen, you're definitely the one to pick up on it first. In the corner of the room, in a what seems to be discarded old wooden box with a cloth draped over it, your wristband begins to glow. It doesn't glow in the same way that it does when in the presence of spectral outsiders, which seems to be sort of aggressive glowing. It's sort of like a soft glow, like a soft purple glow.
Like the book?
Like the book, yeah.
So yeah, there's definitely something there. Can I grab something like 2x4 baseball batish length?
Sure.
Protection.
Yeah, you grab like a dowel, like a long dowel.
Yeah.
You want me to take the cover off and you be ready? Okay.
That's a smart move.
Oh, brave
On
move.
3. Okay. So Emmy will
Ignore your
walk
stress
over
points.
quietly. Yeah. Stress points. Sniffles. And reaches out to grab the dust cover and looks back over at Dayen and goes and rips it off on 3.
There's a sort of big cloud of dust and sawdust. And sitting
That just made it worse.
in the box is about a, I don't know, 6 or 7 inch diameter wooden circle made out of some kind of strange looking wood. It's sort of reddish in color. And it's got these strange sort of striations and marks around it. Like it's made some kind of weird, like natural patterns that circle in concentric circles around this disc.
I'm gonna poke at it with the dowel for a second. I don't want to touch it with my hands yet.
Tap, tap.
I'm not the party rogue. Anything happens when the wood touches the wood? The 2 different types of wood touch? I'm going to look at her and go, watch me. And then reach out with my non-dowel hand and hover it over for a second. Is there anything happening? Like, do I feel like static electricity? Is there like, is it extra cold or extra warm? Is there any sort of weird difference in the air, like right above it before I touch it?
Nope. Just looks like a wooden, like as if someone had cut through a tree branch, a very large, either tree branch or trunk, and just straight down the middle. But this is almost too perfect to be natural.
Do you recognize anything from the book, maybe? Like,
Do I? Matt?
No.
Okay. No. This is do the runes look like nothing I've seen before? Spirit trade. Cthulhu shit.
There's no runes. It's not like like a language or
The
runes. It's just like patterns.
striations and sort of patterns. Okay. I really shouldn't touch it, but also we should definitely get this out of here. Can't just be left.
Emmy pulls out the used tissue.
The used tissue? Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it goes, I can get it.
Chris, but I love it.
Kind of
Is there?
Non-snotty side.
Right.
And
It's lighter than it looks, Emmy, when you pick it up. Like
Oh.
something of this size, like 7 inches of wood, should be pretty heavy, especially since it's about like a half an inch thick.
you're making it worse. Okay.
Chekhov's booger. What the fuck is wrong with you? Amazing. But when you pick it up, Emmy, it's pretty light. Like you can sort of like turn it pretty quickly.
Yeah. Oh, weird. And does the color change? Does the energy change? Nothing. It doesn't
No.
feel like anything.
Nope. But Dayen and your Soul crystals are still glowing.
Okay. Should we keep it with you or with me?
That's a good question. Maybe. It does make more sense to check the book and see if there's anything about dead tethers.
Yeah.
Seems all connected. Is there any? Maybe if it's with you, because if you're at the sleepover and there's more people there, you're not alone with it and there's no problems. Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay.
You're gonna be okay with that? Is that
Yeah.
all right?
I should be all right.
You should probably get out of here.
Okay.
So you guys
Yeah.
leave the woodshop?
Stuff's in her
Yeah,
Cool.
I think so.
Justice, after you identify these three folks, you give your farewells and peace out to Lacey's house, right?
Mm-hmm. Just bounce.
Yep. I'd say by this time, since you guys spent, I would say this is kind of like what you spend your free time on, right? This is your free time phase that you've gone ahead with.
I do want to do one thing.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Once he ID'd, what's his name? Peter? Yeah, Peter. I do want to double check back to the. I remember this specifically. I don't know why, but like in the index where they would have a student's name, they would also have like the page numbers for pictures. I just want to see if he was like part of an extracurricular activity or something else to maybe get another idea of where to search for wherever this disc could possibly be.
I gotcha. I'll tell you this, Verity. When you look in the back to sort of like take a look and see what kind of things that this guy Peter did, doesn't really show very much. Shows that he was kind of a sweet guy. He had a lot of people who was pretty popular because he seems like you see a lot of pictures with him, with a lot of other people. But he seems to take a lot of pictures with these two other kids. A lot. Like they are the best of buds.
And maybe we'll see what their names are.
Yeah, it's the those same two names. It's
The other two.
Yeah, it's let me get them for you.
Eric and
Ralph.
Heath.
Sorry, not Ralph. Eric and
Heath.
Heath.
Beckman.
Heath. That's right. Thank you.
Okay. And there's no way we can check this schedule. That kind of stuff would be on the public yearbook. Okay, we could break it to the administration's office. Nah, too much work.
Are you talking to yourself, Verity?
Richard does that sometimes a lot, so I'm gonna say Verity does as well.
I love
yeah,
it. Pick up on your nuances.
You would know this too. She does like speak aloud, like trying out words and phrases to see what sounds good, simulate conversation to simulate thought processing, as well as figure out like the right way to explain or say something. Since she is a writer,
Makes sense.
she does that one.
I imagine that she's probably observed Verity in her own home, like having conversations with her cats, and Carmen sort of encouraged this and like made sure to just have the most social cat just kind of hang out with Verity, so Verity has someone to talk to,
Cool.
like a soundboard.
I love that. I love that so much. The cat's just like meow, 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 meow.
Right? No, that's crazy.
Meow.
You're right. That's crazy.
Flip it.
The cat's just like
Meow, 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 meow.
meow, meow.
There may have been more than one occasion where we were hanging out and Verity would probably go on a tangent about something, and Carmen would just like move the cat to where she is just to leave to do something, and then come back and Verity has no idea. Kept the conversation up.
Verity's in her own little world in so many ways. All right, so
Oh, I love her.
free time phase. I'm gonna say except for Dayen, because Dayen actually has a job that he has to get to.
Yeah, he does.
I'll say this, because I don't want to deprive you of the benefits of free time phase. However, because you've spent a lot of time doing other stuff, I'm going to say that you have your choice of free time phases, but you'll get half the reward of what you would normally get if you choose it. So, choose what you guys want to do for your free time phase, and then we'll go right from there and into investigation phase.
Is there any way I could download this thing? We'll look it up later.
I think Carmen's probably just gonna spend the rest of her time talking to Verity.
Okay.
Like they leave the library because it's closing, and
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
probably
that's gonna
inviting her
happen.
over to the
You can go out to
potential
eat.
sleepover. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you can go out to eat. You actually get an effect for that. You get the well-fed effect, which allows you to roll your next skill check or roll to resist with advantage.
Awesome. Yeah, go treat Verity to some pizza.
Okay.
It's like a slice or two.
Sure. Yeah.
Can't afford too much, but
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
How about the rest of y'all?
Yeah, man.
I think Dayen's gonna walk part way back with Emmy before he goes off to his job,
Okay.
so they can keep sort of strategizing.
Yeah. I mean, you have that part-time job. Actually, roll a d4 to see how well your job goes.
Oh no.
Well, let's see. Is that a bad?
I'm
Or
very
is that
distracted.
let's see. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Yeah, that's a tough day. This is why you hate having a job. Maybe you ran in a little late. You're like 45 minutes, and Yuna's grandfather's like, "You're late. What the heck? Oh, I've got all these
Sorry.
customers here."
Pop quizzes all day. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
Just like
He just like
But
tosses you the barista fucking
Yeah.
apron.
he's definitely thinking way too much about the disc, and he's worried about Emmy and whether the disc does anything, and it's all just completely distracting to him.
Unfortunately, that increases your stress by 1.
Okay.
But you also get a
Too
tally
stressed.
on that book because you are.
Yeah,
allowed to.
that is
How many tiles is
day. We got 2 tallies.
Remember, it's 5 tallies, and then you get to keep it.
Yeah, this is tally 4.
Close.
Super.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 more tally, and you get to keep it. All right.
Yep.
So Carmen went out to pizza with Verity. Justus, you went to
Hang out with
hang
a
out with Lacey.
close friend.
Hang out with a
Lacey.
close friend. We'll get to that in a bit. Emmy, what about you?
After the day she had, she's probably going to like she's feeling a little nervous. The further into this they get, so she doesn't know where Carmen and Verity went. She doesn't want to necessarily impose on Dayen and go to the cafe, so she's just gonna go to like the little like I think you said there's like a park or something nearby.
Mm-hmm. There's the forest, the Azure City Forest. I think actually, I think it's the Azure. Hold on, I'll check it for a second.
Yeah.
It's called the Azure. It is the Azure Echo Forest.
That's where the kids disappeared, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to go there by myself with this disc. So, she's
You
gonna
have the disc, or
find-
does he have the disc?
I have the disc.
You have the disc.
I
It's
do.
funny. As you are you going near the forest or no?
Like I'm. It depends on. I
Like you
guess
drop off,
what I pass
like
from
you go right by Unisong's books and cafe where you
Right.
drop off where you drop off Dayen.
Yeah.
But then you like look because about like maybe I don't know 100 maybe 200 yards from the cafe is the forest.
Oh, it's that close. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah, she might go if there's like a bench on like the outskirts of it, like the cafe side. She'd probably go and sit there and just start doing like homework and stuff. Yeah.
What's your
Studying complete homework.
What's your perception bonus, Emmy?
It's +5 and it's actually my mastery skill.
Oh wow.
Oh dang.
Then Emmy, you definitely. So as you sit down on the bench, where do you have the disc?
It's in my bag currently.
Your bag starts
Wrapped
to
up.
like tug at you. Like your bag actually starts to move.
It wants to return to the trees. Oh, okay, all right. Hey, we'll take you back soon, but like not by myself, you know. So like, just can you calm down for like a second?
Like a little
Love
face
this.
appears on the little wood. It's like, yes, no problem, absolutely.
I've seen Stranger Things.
Yes, that's
you
true.
know?
No,
It's
no
like-
face. No, none at all. No. But it's just moving. It's like moving towards like the bag that it's in. It moves towards. It's like slowly, like almost magnetically, almost.
And whispers to the tree,
We will take you back later.
He's
FYI,
just a friend.
FYI, by the way, for those of you who I think there were some like little stream artifacts in here and there, but I think we're back. Apologies for the interruption. Hopefully this doesn't cause any problems with things later on, but it doesn't really matter because I'll download it and fucking patch it back together for YouTube. Yeah, thank you for talking to your new friend Log, and let's go to Justus.
Does he have a cousin named Plank?
Like,
No, his name is Log.
Shouldn't it be
it's-
Ditch?
Does he have a cousin named Plank?
It's short for logarithm.
I love it.
And
My
she's studying math now.
God.
Get out.
Okay. What
I felt
is-
like 3 of my brain cells.
I
were
mean,
inside.
what is
Ow.
going
You
on?
bring the log, Carmen brings the rhythm. So
What is happening? What is happening? I'm gonna turn this stream around.
What do I get for studying and completing homework?
Oh, for homework.
Yeah.
As you mean like after school, right? You
Yeah,
get
it's
the
my-
studied effect. It
Okay.
grants proficiency in the academic arts or STEM skill during the next student burden phase.
Okay.
Do you have proficiency with both academic arts or STEM, and STEM, I should say?
Just STEM.
Okay, never mind then. So you get to grant proficiency on the one that you don't have proficiency in.
Okay. Get during the AM phase only or all day?
Your
tomorrow?
next student burden phase.
Okay, so AM phase.
Yeah.
In academic arts
All right.
morning. Okay, got it.
And so let's switch to Justus. Carmen. Before I switch to Justus, where are you located right now? After you go out with Verity to see a thing, right?
Well,
To the restaurant, right? To like a restaurant.
yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly where the nearest restaurant would be.
Sure.
I imagine Carmen probably has a place she usually goes with Verity.
Yep. Like a pizza place, right?
Yeah, maybe they have there's a pizza place somewhere near the school that sells
Nice.
like pizza by the slice.
Okay. But that's in town, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
I
yeah,
mean,
of course.
I don't imagine.
I feel
it's
like-
a big city, isn't it?
No, absolutely, it's a big city. But I feel like the picture that we're looking at right now is like this little outdoor area. It's got these nice little trees. It's got these like umbrellas. It looks like in fact, I think I can zoom in on the name of the damn restaurant. It's called like. I'm gonna zoom in. What the hell's the name of this thing? Destiny. Destiny is the name of this restaurant. That's amazing. God bless whoever made this piece of art because they're a goddamn genius. Yeah, Destiny is the name of this pizza place. Destiny Pizza.
Destiny's, deep dish pizza.
Destiny Deep Dish. Amazing. You are finishing up and you look over Verity. Verity looks over at you. You know, you pay. And there's a guy at the end of the street looking at you. Can't really see him that well.
Does he look familiar?
No. In fact, you can't really see his face at all. Because he's too far away and he's standing in shadow. He's
Yeah, I'm gonna
just
look over at-
standing there staring at you.
Yeah, he's just looking at me specifically, right?
Well, you and Verity. There aren't any other tables around with people on them, so
Okay.
definitely you.
Gonna look over to Verity and be like, "Is that the sort of thing you were talking about last night? It's like weird, creepy dudes."
Look over. Yes, but with slightly more better lighting.
You look
Just
over at him,
recommend a
Verity,
lamp.
like under the where he's at. He's sort of standing in shadow. You can sort of make out he's wearing like a dark brown leather jacket. And the reason why you can't really see his face, he's got like a black hoodie. And it's pulled like real tight and low over his face.
How far away is he?
About 60 feet away from you.
I'll move like 20 feet closer.
As soon as you
Is
start
there
to
any-
get up, he runs. He just bucks down the street. Do you want to chase him?
Do we want to chase him?
Up to you. You got 5 seconds to tell me before I switch to the other scene. 5.
Sure, fine, done. Do
Boom.
it.
Out she
starts
goes.
running, I follow her.
Boom. Okay. And we're going to jump cut. As soon as you run, we're going to jump cut to Justus. Justus has arrived at Lacey's house. Lacey lives in kind of a nice area of town, Justus. She's got a 2-story house, sort of whitewashed, nice brown trim. You know where she lives because she left you her address on the note. What do you do?
I am going to ring the doorbell.
Bing bong. You hear footsteps coming towards the door. Door opens. A woman with a sort of a short bob of brownish blonde hair answers the door.
Christ, that's right.
Looks at you and says, "How can I help you?"
Hi, I'm Justus, a classmate of Lacey's at school. Lacey asked me to come over today to hang out and also help bring over her notes.
She doesn't say anything for about 5 or 6 seconds. She just sort of looks at you, look up and down. And this woman who has sort of facial features that resemble Lacey in some ways. Big eyes, same color hair. Thin face, though. Lacey's face is much sort of more shapely, but this one is very severe, like almost sort of tapering to a point. Justus, she looks at you up and down and she says, "Lacey didn't say anything about anyone coming over."
That's a little odd. Do you mind, I don't know, you could check with Lacey maybe?
Make a persuasion check, Justus.
Okay. Let's see.
Fuck you, Maeve.
I just read that. I just read that.
Natural 20.
Unbelievable. These dice.
Beautiful.
These dice, man.
This shit writes itself, I swear to God.
Am I the only person that has not managed to get a nat 20 tonight?
I think so.
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
It's the ears. Take them off and let's see what happens.
No.
No, you're not. Don't do that.
I'm
See,
really
That's
You're out.
that's not true though, because I got 2 of them wearing the ears.
You did? Okay, fine. Never mind. My theory
I
has
got 2 in a row.
Okay. She's about to say something to you, Justus. She opens her mouth, and then you hear from upstairs. You hear Lacey's voice, and she says, "Mom, is that a boy for me?" She sort of looks upstairs, down at you, and she says, "Well, someone's here for you, Lacey." And then you hear coming downstairs really fast and sort of skins in front of the door, and it's Lacey. Her hair is like a little bit out of mess. She's like, "Oh." She looks around outside and she smiles and she grabs your hand and pulls you inside the house.
Before I go in, I just look over my shoulder real quickly and make eye contact with Kess.
Kess, who's like sitting on yeah, there he is, right there.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
I just
Patrick is distracted.
Right.
Yeah, he's just sitting outside. He's just like
Late.
looking. And then he like eyes and he gives you like the wing up. And then
Coming
yeah,
out of
yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I make eye contact with Kess before I go inside,
Cool.
and hopefully he takes it as if something goes down, please let someone know.
Okay. Okay. So the door closes. Lacey's mom closes the door. Lacey's mom's got it going on. Sorry. Had to happen. It's 90s.
Oh, no.
saying that to my roommate in college practically every day. So
I, s-
You good song.
I, s- I sang that when we had karaoke night one time at the pizza place I used to work at, just to get the
Lord.
ball rolling. It was amazing.
Don't
I like-
yeah, don't do it. Bad idea. So here's what happens. You feel this just rush of joy as she takes your hand and brings you upstairs. And Lacey's mother sort of looks upstairs and she's like, Lacey, don't, and then closes the door behind her with you in her room. She has the fluffiest room probably you've ever seen. There's just plush dolls everywhere in this place. You take a look at the room, it's sort of plastered mostly in pink, honestly. And it smells nice. You see that on her bed, that stuffed rabbit doll that she calls Rissy is there, sort of sitting, it's sort of flopped over on its side. Its head is sort of a little askew. And you see a couple things that kind of look a little out of place, actually. You see that amongst all of the different stuffed animals that she has around her room, you see one of them is on her chair. And it's got arms and legs, and it's dressed in a Frost Peak Academy uniform. And its face is kind of like button eyes and sewn together mouth. And you recognize this is a doll that looks just like Levi Parker. Sort of brings you into the room. She sits you down and she says, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but... And she takes your hand and she says, but since you trust me and I trust you, I can tell you anything, right?
Yeah, that's right, Lacey. It's just us in here.
Okay. Right now, with Lacey holding your hands this way, you feel like you will do anything for this girl. That you trust her, she trusts you, and you will keep whatever she says in this room with the absolute confidence. You understand?
I do.
She says, I want to tell you what happened to me. Because I just can't... I can't stand all these people getting sick because of me. I want to show you something. And she stands you up and walks you over to her chair where this doll is sitting. And she says, didn't even know it was in the packages until I opened them. And she points at this doll on her chair. Jump cut. Back to the street. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. Carmen and Verity, you guys are in a chase. So let's make this music happen. We're going to do a little bit of a chase here. So this chase is going to be real easy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys an obstacle for every round. The only, I'm just going to ask you to just roll initiative for me, please. Once you get the initiative score, every round there will be an obstacle. That obstacle will be your obstacle for the round. You'll need to use three... you'll need to, in order to reach your intended target of the chase, you need to get 3 total successes to overcome this obstacle. Every round there will be a different one, so that means that you will need to use different skills to overcome those obstacles. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Yep.
Cool, so go ahead and roll initiative for me.
That's D20 plus 2 is 18.
Okay,
Okay, I just don't have any bonuses.
so just roll that D20.
Yeah, I got the bad roll out of the way, I guess.
Do it.
6.
Okay, So I'm just gonna add some turns. So Verity got a what?
I got
18.
18.
18. And I'll just call them the mysterious person.
They're chasing after him, so Scooby-Doo villain would work as well.
Is this Brad or Chad trying to interfere with us? They're onto us.
I swear, if they end up being behind any of this, Emmy's just gonna go on a hunger strike.
I'm gonna roll d20 for our mysterious person here. Here we go. Okay, they got a 16. All right, super duper. Okay, so this is my first time running chases here with this particular mechanic here, so you'll have to forgive my inadequacy, but we'll do what we can.
That's part of the reason why I said yes, because I mean we're trying to explore everything.
I agree.
Offer, so...
All right. So here we go. I'm gonna roll for an obstacle.
Okay.
It's a D12.
Dope.
So here we go. D12. So this round will have a 7 for your obstacle, which means that as you guys are running down the street after this particular figure, and you're about 50 feet or 60 feet behind him, you see that there. I love this. Okay, so the type of obstacle is an obstacle that can only be overcome with either influence or persuasion. So as you're running down the street, you see a police officer. He jumps in the way and he says, "Where are you going? Where are you going?" And he sort of puts his hand out. So let's go with the first of you. That's Verity. What do you do?
Oh God.
Don't think too much. Guy's getting away from you.
Okay. I just have to make a persuasion roll, but
Either influence or persuasion. Tell me what you're doing though.
Persuasion. I'm going to. Wait, hold on. I actually think I have a thing for this. Use inspiration. I have inspiration. Have your thing. Okay, never mind.
Tell me what you're doing, Verity. Before you roll, tell me what you're doing. But anyone... Oh, that's actually a good point. Loot Bunny puts it in here. Anyone who has proficiency with stealth. Carmen or Verity, do you have proficiency with stealth?
No. I don't.
Nope.
Okay, so no automatic success in this chase. But if someone had proficiency in stealth, they would get an automatic success. Thank you, Loot Bunny.
Well, dang.
So, Verity, back to you. What are you doing here to get around this guy? What are you saying? He's looking up.
I do have I was reading my student ability because
student ability.
Thing,
yeah.
but I don't have an inspiration to use it with.
No worries. No worries.
Anywho, okay. So persuasion. I'll just say to him. Nope, that would be deception.
Better hurry up, Verity. This guy's getting away.
I don't know. He's after suspicious. I can speak. A suspicious figure, suspicious guy. What am I gonna say? No, I don't even know. Copley? I mean, he would help, wouldn't he?
He sees you running down the street.
I guess I can just persuade him to help him stop that guy.
Okay, so what do you say?
Yeah, help us stop him. Then we'll point to the guy we're chasing.
Perfect. Make a persuasion roll.
Okay, cool. Now I roll.
Boom! All right, that's one success for Verity. Cop turns in the direction of this guy who you point at. Help us stop him! And the police officer sort of like runs in the same direction. It is now the mysterious person's role. They're just going to keep trailing down the street. Carmen, it is your turn. Actually, I'm just going to remove him because it's just Carmen and Verity at this point in time. So, Carmen, what do? You also have to persuade this police officer or other police officer to do something either with influence or persuasion.
I'm going to try to influence him that...
+3.
That weird guy, he was peeping on us.
Crazy.
He's a creep.
Okay. Make that influence roll.
Jesus, leadership?
You're not lying. It was a creeping creeper like a creeper.
15.
Yeah, that's a success. So that's 2 successes. First one to 3 successes wins here, folks. All right. So we are now going to roll for our new obstacle for this round. And that is a 3. In this case, the obstacle is an athletics obstacle, an obstacle that can only become with powering through it with athletics. So you, the 3 of you, the cop and you two, are running down the street. This guy seems to be getting away, but you're getting maybe a little closer. You see that in the street there's like a dugout hole where there was some construction, perhaps that day. So you're gonna have to jump over with athletics. Go ahead and make your athletics rolls, please.
Okay, to use our bond ability, because this is a skill check.
It is.
Yeah. We roll it before the roll, or do we choose to use it afterwards?
Afterwards.
Okay, cool. Because I have a -1, but I've been rolling pretty lucky, so let's see.
Okay. Athletics. That is a failure with Verity, unfortunately. But you still
I'm gonna
can
use my
You can use your bond. Yep.
D4 bond.
If you get a 4, you might make it. Nope, that's not enough. Verity stumbles. She jumps after this guy. Her foot catches the lip of this small hole and stumbles down into the street. Carmen, your turn.
Faceplant.
That's 1 failure for you, Carmen.
Wait, 15 fails?
Sorry, for Verity. Verity, that's... No,
Right,
15 succeeds. So Verity has 1 failure and 1 success. Carmen, you have 2 successes. So you just jump. Ugh! Cop goes... falls into the hole. All right. 2 successes for Carmen. Verity, you've got 1 success, 1 failure. We're going to go with our next obstacle for the next round. What is that? That is a 6. Okay, so in this case, this obstacle is a coordination obstacle. So, an obstacle that can only become overcome with great hand-eye coordination. So maybe like, you guys see that down the street there are cars coming in each direction that you have to like dodge in between. So coordination it is.
Dang, can't use acrobatics. All right, coordination.
Let's go with Verity first.
Where'd my mouse go? There it is. D20 plus 3 is
A 19. That's 2 successes, Verity. And Carmen.
I'm just checking something real quick once I can find it.
kick my. Verity probably can say it loud. I would kick my brother's butt in Frogger all the time.
Okay. You say coordination, right?
Coordination.
Yeah.
2 success. That's 3 successes
Yes.
total. Boom.
Yeah.
That is a final success as Carmen sort of jumps over these cars and just tackles this guy into a heap. When you lay your hands on him, Carmen,
I feel like I shouldn't have done this, but
you see that he turns over. And you don't see his face, but you do hear him. Almost as if he's talking through a mask. And he says,
Oh no.
Oh, that was well done. I guess this game is over for now. I would recommend that you not look at me. It may cause problems.
and he stands up and sort of dusts himself off and doesn't make any further move to run away from you. Verity, I would say by that time you've caught up, but his back is facing both of you. What do you do?
Since I caught up, I'm gonna look around real quick. The cop is the face planted up.
Yeah, he's out. He's out cold.
He's out,
He
okay.
fell in the hole and he's out.
Bloody hell.
You are
I'll
in
look
an
around
alleyway, essentially alone.
Got it.
he just said not to look at him. He didn't say not to talk to him. So
Correct.
I will sort of avert my gaze enough so that I'm not looking directly at him, but like I can see like where he's
Look at his
standing
Mm-hmm.
With his feet.
and ask him what he wants.
Okay. He says,
From you? I only wanted to test you. See how real of a threat you actually are. I assume you have questions.
That is positively correct.
Excellent. I may have answers, but I will only answer them if you show me the proper respect. I cannot stand people who are boorish.
Do we need to answer your riddles 3?
That would be strike 1. And he puts up a hand with a single finger. I don't take to jokes very well.
Right, serious. Okay.
I'm just gonna ask who is he because I don't know what the hell's going on. Who are you?
He says, "You may call me Koyi."
Oi. Alright, so I'm Carmen, this is Verity.
I know who you are.
Oh. Okay,
Why are you watching us?
oh, he said that, though. He was testing us.
I also
All right.
wished to, if you had served your purpose in winning this particular game and earning my respect, I would be kind enough to give you a personal invitation to her ascension.
Her?
Her ascension, of course.
Okay, we're listening. How do we get this invitation?
Consider yourself invited. When it will occur, well, I'll find you.
I don't mean to be rude, but can we invite guests? I know it's rude to invite guests to events.
I don't know which guests you intend to bring along, but if it is your other 3 compatriots, they have proven useful before, and they shall prove useful again.
Great. Didn't want to presume. You said be straight-laced, super serious, so taking this serious as I can.
I understand.
Tell me out over DM. What was the name of that one crystal something crystal for the nightmares that Verity had?
Are you talking about chrysanthemum?
Chrysanthemum, that's what it was. Yeah. I got deleted when I saved the freaking thing.
So what are you saying?
Oh, yeah. When you say her, are you referring to chrysanthemum?
When you say the word chrysanthemum, you just hear. And his face sort of slowly moves in your direction. You don't see it fully, but you see the sort of maybe a quarter of it. And instead of an actual flesh and blood face, you see what seems to be the corner of a mask that's made out of a very reflective surface type material, almost like a mirror. And he says, Blaaya. Blaaya. Almost like he's saying a name in a language that you do not know. Ralaaya is the most beautiful creature that you could ever expect to know or experience. And he raises a hand to his own visage, and he sort of like almost imperceptibly gestures at it and says, a porcelain
like mask of perfection and beauty.
Moves 2 hands towards the corners of his face and says,
She has black abyssal eyes set on her flawless alabaster visage. What could a plebeian like you want with a goddess on the verge of ascension like her?
Verity the nice man is asking a question. I don't really know who that is, so as I just sort of look at my feet and nod at him because he was asking me not to do that.
Okay. I wonder. Would I be able to tell with an insight check?
what are you trying to do, Verity?
I wonder if I can get a way to gauge to see. But this guy seems to be talking a pretty big game. I'm getting some Kingdom Hearts 2 Xemnas vibes from this guy.
Amazing.
Yeah. So I'm like, is this? I'm just wondering if I should be like terrified of what this guy is probably capable of. Like, I want to get a gauge of like if me and Carmen were to fight him right now, would we even stand a chance?
Who knows?
I wonder if I could. No, I could get like an insight check or something just to see, like, just get a gauge of this guy. Like, what's this guy's deal?
I wouldn't say insight check because there's no way to determine that. Insight is really what you're determining from his person and what he's saying as to whether or not he's actually been, truthful or not.
Well, while Verity's doing this, I want to look at the gem and see if it's glowing.
Oh,
at all.
man.
Oh, yeah.
It's like glowing off the fucking hinges.
Since this guy started talking, I imagine our things were like vibrating like a freaking.
Mm-hmm. He begins to turn his face a little bit more towards yours, and he says,
Speak. I do not have the time to waste with the two of you. There are further games to play.
Why are you doing this, though? Like, I mean, I'm sure you have things to gain.
I am but a lowly servant.
She deigns to tell me what she tells me.
I consider it a privilege to serve such a flawless being that comes from a place beyond this joke of a world. Besides, she gives me something I want more than anything else. Alas, it matters not. Her ascension is nigh, and she will take her place amongst the harbingers in the star.
Ascension. When?
Soon. Very soon.
And we'll get invitations, I guess, is what you said?
Consider yourselves invited, of course.
Well, yeah, but how do we know where to go and when?
You need not worry about that. When the time comes, you will all be in the right place at the right time.
That is a really good business opportunity. The party comes to you.
He raises a second finger.
You gotta not say anything now.
Anything else, Verity or Carmen?
Now we're getting much else out of him.
I mean, do you have any questions for us, I guess?
None of any worth.
Now, if that is all. And he sort of dusts off his leather jacket. See, he has sort of long, tapering fingers. Cracks them, just...
I like your jacket.
I like
It's gonna-
yours. And then he walks down the street without a care in the world. Turns a corner. Do you chase after him?
I feel like that's a bad idea.
Yeah, if Carmen even makes a step forward, I'm gonna grab her and just hold her back because
Yeah. Anyway, that is a really good idea. The party comes to you. Yeah, we should go now.
Jump
let's
cut.
go to-
Back
I don't know.
to Justus. Dayen and Emmy
Oh, yeah, that's
actually.
the thing.
Sorry, let me do a quick coda with Emmy and Dayen. And then we'll hit to you, Justus. Justus, you'll be the end of the night. Emmy and Dayen. Yuna and her grandfather closing up shop.
Yeah.
Dayen, you look in this book about this. I think I heard you over here. I think I overheard you talking about spectral tethers.
Was curious about them, yeah.
Or dead tethers. You don't find any references in the book about dead tethers, but you do find references to something called spectral tethers.
Yeah.
Spectral tethers are essentially just what you assume that they probably are from your own understanding of the two words put together, which is that they are ways for things in our reality to be confined to something in another's. So you can only assume that this disc is somehow or other related to something in another plane of existence in some way or another. Emmy, where did you hang out? I know that you were on the bench. Did you stay on the bench the whole time?
No, when the disc started to like float my bag towards the forest, I got freaked out and I went into the cafe.
Okay, so you're still in the cafe with Dayen.
Yeah, I've just stayed there. And
Cool. The whole
I've been
time,
doing
all the way
my
till
homework.
closing.
Yeah.
So Dayen, you've watched, even though you've had a shitty day. Emmy's been there.
Yeah.
She's probably like looking at her bag maybe a little bit too much for some reason or another.
Is it moving?
It's not moving now, but like
Got a
she's-
hand on it.
yeah,
Like she's
that could be
afraid
why.
to start.
But as you're reading this book and you're like looking over at Emmy, Emmy's looking down at the bag. She looks over at you. You're looking at the bag, looking over at you. What do you do?
look at you.
Look at
I-
him.
Look at him. You were catching that?
I get to the point where I can probably start closing up or at least taking off the apron and being a little casual while the end of the night sort of policies are put in place and shops closing on up. And I'll either plop down next to it or do some other stuff in the immediate area so we can talk for a second. Being like, is everything okay? Is it changing?
No, it's not changing. I don't think it's trying to move, but I've kind of, like I kept my hand on it just in case. But I don't know, it's weird because like I don't know if we should take it back or not. Like
Is there anything in the book about like when the tethers are like these spectral tethers? When looking in the book and finding things about them, flipping through, is there anything that implies something good or bad happens if it goes somewhere specifically, or is it just?
It doesn't imply anything at all.
Attracted to a thing.
It just is always. It's just that spectral tethers are literally where objects are magnetically attracted to where they were once. So if they are pulled out of one dimension, they will always, like chewing gum, try to be pulled back to that particular place.
Okay.
would the ring that Verity have?
The ring is gone.
No, I know the ring is gone, but would that be an example of a spectral tether?
In a way, perhaps,
Okay.
yes.
Because it's like it was pulling people's consciousness to another, like, demiplane or something like that. So,
That makes sense.
Let me do a little bit more quick research on spectral tethers.
Okay.
Yeah, we shouldn't.
Kind of vibes I was getting from this freaking log thing, man. That's why I was freaking out for you guys. I was like, don't do it.
Like,
Don't do it. Don't make my mistake.
It's like, on one hand, if we take it back and it, like, opens a bridge or something that allows these missing people to come back, like, what if it is, like, a bridge to wherever the ring was
A
taken?
key.
Yeah, or a key or something. Then, yeah, we definitely should. But at the same time, I feel like there's more going on. And
Okay. I got this now. So I'm actually going to expand upon what a spectral tether does specifically, because from what I understand, it's a little bit more specific to spectral outsiders.
Okay.
And this worries you when you read this, I think, especially as you sort of like read a little bit further down into the book, Dayen. Spectral tethers are actually location specific. They actually allow for spectral outsiders who are normally only confined to elsewhere, according to what this book says, to actually remain in your plane of existence, which the book calls the cardinal plane.
And it's an astronaut's oxygen tank.
In a way, yes. But what's worse is that spectral tethers not only allow these creatures to remain outside of elsewhere, but they can increase their potential influence in doing so and gain more and more power.
We can't bring this back to where it was supposed to go.
So do we have to destroy it then?
You don't see anything in the book that says spectral tethers necessarily are good or bad, because remember, creatures, spectral outsiders, as well as creatures like Kyrix, for example, are from outside of your dimension as well. So it could very well be that the reason why Kyrix has been allowed to stay in your dimension is because there's a spectral...
because he's got a tether.
He's got a tether.
Yeah. Maybe we should show Kyrix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we definitely shouldn't any of us be solo, though, for this sort of thing. This is...
I hope...
definitely something we shouldn't mess around with on our own.
Ding, 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 ding. Okay, everybody out. We're leaving. We're closing. It's done. We're done. Everybody, hello.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm just packing up.
My neck. All right, Dayen. I know you had a tough day. It's all right. Tomorrow, I'm sure it's Friday. You'll have a great day. I guarantee it.
Still getting the hang of it.
And
I appreciate how hard you work.
No, that book, I see you facing it all the time. You're going to have a wonderful time.
It's really interesting, man.
I'm sure it is. I don't know what it's all about. It's some weird hoodoo shit. I don't even know. I'm much more interested in the real stuff, on ghost hunters.
Your song is turning into Carl from Aqua Teen.
He really is. That's how I imagine, like old Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Judd Hirsch.
Fantastic. Oh, yes.
He's Judd Hirsch. Exactly.
I'm gonna walk her back and we'll talk about this is
walk outside
group effort thing, sort of.
Yep.
Are we going on patrol tonight, Emmy?
That's up to you. You don't even know. You walk outside.
Especially with this thing.
You walk outside. Yuna and her grandfather say goodnight. Lock up the store. They head home.
While we're walking out, I'll be like, here, just come over here and let me show you. And then I'll walk us back over to the bench.
Okay.
And I've been holding my bag tight.
Yeah.
So as soon as we get into the proximity of the bench, I'm just gonna go, this is what happened earlier.
Okay.
Just gonna
get to the bench. It's nighttime. Emmy, you walk over to the bench. Your bag leaps off your shoulder. Grab it. Make it an athletics check.
Oh man, athletics.
Oh no.
Also,
Dayen, you are not near the bag.
Oh. Okay.
Go ahead, Emmy.
Gotta be athletics.
I will allow for sleight of hand.
There is no sleight of hand. Acrobatics?
No, not acrobatics.
Okay.
Coordination. Coordination or
Coordination, great.
coordination or
I will-
athletics.
I will take coordination.
Go for it. Go.
10.
A 10?
Yep.
Your bag flies off your shoulder and starts to
Run.
literally tumble over and over and in the direction of the forest.
Run for it.
Run after it. Yeah.
Okay, and we're going to stop you guys there.
Seafool.
Fucking amazing. The dice tell a story.
People.
Justice. We're going to end on you tonight. I love
Oh,
this.
boy.
Here we go. I'm gonna change the music for this.
Oh no.
Because things are gonna get weirder.
No wait, this ends well.
Or they get not weirder. So you sit there as Lacey lays it all out.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, my dad died. And I was so sad. It's just me and my mom. And my mom hasn't ever been the same since. She looks up at you, her eyes are brimming with tears. And she says, and I just wished that someone could come and make me feel better. And it's the weirdest thing. She touches your hand. I looked out the window. I looked up into the night sky. And there was this bright shooting star tracing across the sky. And I said, oh, how I wish I had someone who could be my friend. And Lacey, who looks just so beautiful in this sort of like purple like gown here. Like, you just look at her and she just looks so innocent, and so your heart breaks for all the torment that she's gone through. And she says, when I wished that night on that shooting star, the next morning, and she points over at Rissy, the rabbit. She says, Rissy started to talk to me. I asked for the star for someone to love me. And now I have someone. I know it's a gift from my dad to watch over me and help me find someone that will love and appreciate me. And she holds your hand tighter. And she comes in very close to your face. Inches away.
Go.
And your eyes meet. She closes her eyes. You close yours. And that's where we're going to stop for tonight. And the bird flies into the window.
Christ almighty.
Oh, this game.
God.
Oh my gosh.
That freaking the Kingdom Hearts
It
Zemnis
is
SOP
intense.
just confirmed someone else.
I
How
mean,
many people are we dealing with?
Yeah,
Like, how many
how does
outsiders
this
are we
connect?
dealing with?
I want to see how this all connects.
There's like 18,000 threads, and I'm like, which one are we on right now? Like, I don't even know.
There's a lot of threads, but it all will come together in the end.
I believe it. I can't see the forest for the trees right now. Thanks, Log.
We'll all have
Wait.
We'll all have a recap after this whole thing was
At the
done.
rate we're going, it's going to be a real campaign, not a mini.
This actually, you guys are very close, actually quite close to the end.
Really?
Yes.
Freaking A.
It's Thursday.
Well,
So we don't get the weekend.
Let me check the adventure. No.
Ah! Well,
The
there went
weekend's
our-
canceled.
Everybody's working for the weekend. For the weekend.
What year did that come out?
We guess
Oh, that
80s.
was out beforehand.
All right.
Yeah.
I have a theory.
Oh, you have a theory? All right.
have a
Well, you can
theory.
save your theories for our Discord.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, let me just go ahead and pop the thing in Discord. If you have joined us, by the way,
Self
thank
promotion.
you.
Join our Discord.
Hell yeah. If
Yeah,
you have
sure,
just
dude.
joined us, come hang out on our Discord. There's the link for it in chat. Thank you guys so much for playing with us tonight and for watching, of course, and being part of the gang, the crew. Magi-Knights is just, it's so much fucking fun. And it's a pleasure and an honor to be gifted to this level of professional clarity and overall just quality of RPG stuff. So much fun wrapped in a nice little package. Very happy about it. So I'm going to go ahead and switch it to our players here and they can tell you where they can be found on the internet. So let's go. Let's start with Richard, who played Verity. Richard, where can people find you on the internet?
Hey, you can find me mostly just on Twitter, Deathwing118 at Deathwing118. I mostly retweet a lot of stuff. Like I'll retweet a lot of the Magi-Knights stuff as they come out with any info or anything related to the game. That's I believe still up for like late order or late order thing. I think I saw something like that. I'm just mostly retweeting stuff about game info, news, art, anime news, stuff like that. Just whatever.
All right. Thank you, Richard. You ever have like a burp that you don't want to like go blur, and then you just like go, and it like goes into your mouth and it like comes out your nose, and you're like, ugh.
Oh,
It's the worst. I'm so sorry, Richard. I didn't want to do it while you were doing your thing, and I just like went, and then it came out my nose, and I'm like, oh god, I'm so
those
fucked.
ones hurt so
I know
bad.
this.
Yeah.
A couple times during the stream, I just muted my mic and just threw it into the kitchen.
Nice.
I
Nice.
suffered a crystalline fracture.
There you go.
All right, let's go over to Maeve, working on down here. Maeve, where can people find you on the internet?
So I played Carmen tonight. You can find me on Twitter under Maeve Climber. I do art, although I haven't uploaded things in a while. Really should work on that. You can also find me tomorrow night on our Ravenloft campaign with both Matt and Megan. It's going to be great. My dice rolls probably won't be as good tomorrow. I fully imagine things are going to go terribly. We'll see. And yeah, you can find me on our Discord and also on Mates of Fate streams where we're playing Fandelver, which will be ending soon.
Oh,
I love Vandelver.
super fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so much fun. I love playing Tincture. She's my happy character, even though Ash terrorizes me and tortures me with her.
I mean, that's what we do. It's super fun. Thank you so much, Maeve. Moving on down to this gentleman right down here. That is Jonathan. Jonathan, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at freshly_zested, Instagram blue before orange, where I post barbecue and the like. And you can find me here next week for Call of Cthulhu.
Yes, that's right. We're coming back to the good old COC.
Yeah, and I'll be in the seat. You'll get more of those crazy dreams.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Oh yeah.
Jonathan,
Yeah,
Jonathan
you're in my
is
house now.
you fucking damn right, and I'm glad to be a guest in your house, sir. You are one of the premier Call of Cthulhu DMs, and I'm happy to just be at your table. So thank you for that.
A pleasure to have you.
Indeed. All right, let's go on over down to there to Patrick. Patrick, where can people find you on the internet?
You can walk into the woods with your own spectral tether and find me. My spectral tethers are at Pat Marin and patrickmarin.com for information about Cast Party, where I occasionally will DM and love to cheer on and support all of these wonderful DMs that we have doing some awesome games. I will be here in 2 weeks for Alien. And otherwise, the other spectral tether is the Bar Rover. You can see lots of photos of me off at liquor events, continuing to develop into some sort of whiskey professor, and or come by the bar where I work and do all of that.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
And then finally, the sheeted, eared, red panda up here in the left-hand, top left-hand corner. Megan. Megan, where can people find you on the internet?
That's me. You can find me at Megan Lanapp on Instagram, and then tomorrow night playing Ravenloft, where if I roll as poorly as I did tonight, chances are high that I will die because I am very diseased in that campaign right now, and it's bad.
Hey,
It's
you'll be
bad, y'all.
fine, probably.
It's fine. This is
I've
fine.
got the bad one.
Yeah, you have a
Like,
really bad disease.
They're all bad, but
they're all bad, but like Mick has like 9 more points before he's dead. Like
It's fantasy cancer, isn't it?
Jesus Christ.
literally
Basically.
called the wasting disease.
yeah.
And I'm a monk.
Yeah.
Like
There's some
I'm,
bad
like,
news bears on that one.
my hands disintegrate in front of me.
You have your feet.
Oh,
That is not fun.
man.
I
not
mean,
It's a flesh wound.
I'm gonna have to start just kicking everybody so that I can like save the joint.
Oh, you lose your
Yeah,
arms. It's a flesh wound.
well,
Oh,
I think we'll be okay. At least that's the hope. If not, I mean, we'll die as we live.
It's always good to have hope.
we'll find out tomorrow if I'm right about lesser restoration.
I hope so.
Yes, we will.
There's been a frantic debate.
Yes,
boy.
much of
In
that
our-
debate you can find on our Discord. That's right, I'm going to do it again. Fuck it. That's right. I'm going to do it again because Discord is where it's all hanging out at. And come hang and join it and see all these amazing people. And get involved in the conversations. We've got all these channels with all the different games. Magi-Knights, Alien, D&D, Savage Rifts, Call of Cthulhu soon. You guys can get involved in all of that shit. So just go ahead and join it and have a ball. I have been your erstwhile Magic Keeper for tonight's 5th episode of An Echo from the Stars, and we have been privileged, of course, to have the creators of the game here in our chat. Amazing, so much fun to have you guys around, and thank you guys for hanging out with us. And thank you, of course, to our chat, who has been with us, just talking up a storm. All kinds of crazy shit. I'm scrolling up. I'm seeing like a giant tirade from JF Messin, who's just like, talking to no one in particular, but I love it. Just like everything and everyone. And then he's like, is anyone here? Tap, tap, tap. I'm talking to myself, aren't I? Tap, tap. It's fine.
He says that. It's okay.
It's cool. I love it. Amazing. So yeah, check us out tomorrow for Ravenloft, next week for Alien RPG. More and more shit is coming. 2 slices and dices between now and the end of the year. And of course, we've got a whole roster of plans in the short term and long term for stuff that's going on. But until we see each other again, folks, like I always try to say without busting it up here on this channel, remember, take care of each other, but don't forget to take care of yourselves. Talk to y'all soon, folks. Have a great night. We'll see y'all tomorrow, hopefully. If you're seeing this on YouTube, well, we'll see you when we see you. Bye, everybody.
Have a good spooky month.
Spooky!